It is the Tuesday edition. So yesterday was May the 4th be with you. Today is Cinco de Mayo, right? Edition. The Jonathan Gannon speaks, ladies and gentlemen, edition. So did Cam Achord, and so did Steno. Lot to get to, edition, including welcome to Green Bay, Tyrod Taylor. Say farewell to Desmond Ridder, edition. And I'm seeing allegations in the rundown that a certain prominent ESPN radio national morning show host has borrowed, paid homage to, or just flat out stolen some takes from Old T edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, incredible, stupendous, fantabulous ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, which is customizable, and which can be found in both the Apple and Android app stores. I am Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios battling some computer technical issues. So, thank you for your service. And he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is the man that makes this show what it is, which is the third place winners in the WBA awards for radio shows. It is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm great, Jason. How are you doing?
Good.
It was weird. I've switched. I'm on Jim, Matt, and Molly award-winning show. Jesse, did you know they won a championship?
Oh, I'm well aware. Yeah, congratulations to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Matter of fact, in the Everlight Solar Studios, they have this just kind of sitting around. With their I don't know where their crystal is. I'm assuming because you get a nice crystal with the WBA award.
Oh, that's going to be at home on Jim Rutledge's trophy shelf, I'm sure.
No, I would think Molly would take that. She's kind of.
You've got one, don't you, Tausch?
I have one, yeah. Mainly thanks to our friend Gina Della. Gina got it for me. I rode the coattails of Gina Della. But yeah, so I joined them, and it was just. I'm on my phone, like during the show, I like to, because, there's breaking news, and Shefty does. I always want to kind of listen if there's ideas that come up.
Sure.
They brought up this Tyrod Taylor. I had no clue that he had signed. And I felt great that I didn't. I didn't know any of the Gannon. I didn't hear any of the stuff. So obviously I did before, prepping for the show.
Sure, of course.
Yesterday, nothing. And I got to tell you, felt good.
Flip phone?
Yeah.
Thinking about going?
No, I'm thinking about just eliminating almost everything. Again, I just don't know how I'll do the show. That's the tricky part of this. I'd have to lean on my guy Gel.
He'd have to print out a lot of stuff.
But he doesn't print out. He doesn't even print out the
I'd have to
show sheet more. I got to go back. Where did I get the show sheet printed?
Annex Wealth Management.
They brought me coffee and water. I mean.
Start doing the show there, we might win one of those awards.
I can't wait to just get back down there and do another one so I get properly prepared. But that was
Maybe
nice.
You should go to Nashua.
It was nice. And I'm not going to be able to make the one in Nashatoa, which is Wednesday, by the way. I'm sure we'll talk about that either today or tomorrow. Great signing. I think it's a great move. I'm curious how bad Ridder looked or why they decided to go this road already.
Mm-hmm.
Because I trust Matt LaFleur. You could say I don't love his clock management. You can say there's some things, whether it's how his team comes out and how consistently they're ready to play. There's criticisms to be levied, but I got to say that quarterback position, he's done a hell of a job. They've done a really good job, and now it's not a monster sample size, but you're talking about transitioning from a Hall of Fame quarterback and developing a young guy that was not nowhere near ready to play when he first got here to now. I think most of us look at him as a brink guy. He's right on that brink. And then you bring in Malik Willis, and he's done that. And now they're just not afraid to say, this ain't working, let's move it. In a lot of places, now he doesn't do that with his coaches, but that's Goody. Goody's pulling the trigger on this stuff, and I respect it. Now, whether or not how it's all going to shake out, I don't know, but I love the fact, and I was telling Vinny and Eric this morning, there's a lot more than just, hey, this guy's played a lot of games, and he's a veteran, he's done a lot, and he's played and won. There's also the component where I think Jordan, he's had different coaches in that quarterback room, but I love the fact there's a veteran there that will see things, and he will listen to, and probably he's going to look at him as a complete equal. And if Tyrod comes and says, hey, man, Watson was open on that. This was that coverage that we saw on Thursday. That stuff means a lot more. And I saw this with Rodgers to Favre, Dougie Peterson to Favre. I think Matt Flynn, and I wasn't around as much with the Boyle kid, but Matty Flynn, those guys, there was that conversation, and I think there's always, from a player standpoint, if Mike Wall or someone would come to me and say, hey, they beat you on this cross or whatever it was, your ears perk up a lot more than if it's the same old, puppy dog chewing in your ear. So there's just a lot to like about what the Packers did yesterday.
So yesterday was the first day of on-field work in the morning. I think it's unlikely that they watched Desmond Ridder in one practice, which was just drill work, and said, yeah, this guy's not it. I was surprised that a guy that because it seemed to be lining up for, hey, we signed this guy late in the season, we get him exposed to what we were doing, and it didn't just seem. Matt LaFleur talked at length about this. Bring him in. They signed him to the practice squad on December 31st. They clearly wanted him to have more time in the system, so they didn't throw him to the wolves the way they did that poor Clayton Tune fella in the regular season finale. Then they cut Tune and don't bring him back. Ridder is on the 53-man roster for the playoff game, and the idea seemed to be, and again, Matt LaFleur talked about it, have him go through the off-season program, get immersed in the playbook, and they could build him back up. And then he made it one day into phase two. Maybe he didn't even make it onto the field at the Hudson Center yesterday, and they make the switch. I think there are two reasons why you go to Tyrod Taylor, Tausch. One of them you hit upon, and it's a really, really good one. In fact, Aaron Rodgers spoke about this at length in 2024 while he had Tyrod Taylor as his backup. Remember, they had Zach Wilson, who was supposed to be their next great quarterback, who was supposed to be their backup to Rodgers after he kind of struggled early in his career. Rodgers on Tyrod Taylor, it helps having a guy who's played so much because he can see things through a different lens, because he's been around for so long. He has no obligation to do that for me. He's just a great teammate, so we both help each other out. It's like a shared understanding of sincerity that we both really want the other person to see what we're seeing. So if he says something to me, I take it as gospel because he knows what he's talking about. So, Tausch, first of all, you're right about that. And he's Luke. He has never had that type of backup.
No.
Jordan Love has never had that type of backup.
And I think that it's a tricky deal, right? Because if you bring in a veteran right away, you're going to be looking over that shoulder. Every time you make a mistake. That's the last thing you want to do with a young player. You want to let them grow. They're going to have some boneheaded mistakes, a la the Rams game over there where he's winging it, and the interception he threw before and the Lions right before the second before the half. And those are things that they happen. But to be able to have somebody that you trust and know has your back and understands the role. This comes back to, again, understanding the roles that you have. Malik Willis was great at it. He was never, even though there was outside clamoring, oh, Malik Willis, less money. You never got the sense Jordan was threatened, and you never got the sense that Malik was thinking, I'm taking over to G&G. He's like, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to go get broke off somewhere else. Awesome. That's how it works, and that's That is textbook what you're looking for in a room. It's a little bit different with some of these other places. So to bring in a veteran guy, I think we all would love to see Green Bay draft somebody with a ton of upside that is going to grow and can become the next Hasselbeck, Aaron Brooks, et cetera, et cetera. Didn't happen this year, at least not that we know of. There could be an undrafted guy. I don't know. But that's the goal, I think, of all organizations, to keep funneling and developing your young talent. But the other reason I love this move, what Aaron just said, what I said earlier this morning, that's all true. This tells the locker room, too, this is a win-now operation. We don't have the time to let guys grow. We're in this to win it today. We can't start slow. We can't have these lulls. And if something happens to Jordan, I can't bank that Desmond Ridder's going to be ready to go. This tells me, hey, we're blanking serious. Tyrod Taylor is a serious quarterback. He's been there. He's done it. We know what we're getting. And we're going to take all this other noise and stuff. It's out of here. Now, he's still going to have to compete. But I don't know what they paid him. That'll tell me if he's definitely going to be the lock stocker, which I believe he will be. Mm-hmm. But this tells the rest of the locker room, hey, no more blanking around, man. This is what we're doing, and we need to go, and we need to do it from the jump.
Yeah, he's the guy. And that leads me to number 2, which is when Brian Gutekunst, and we talked about this previously, but it bears repeating. Yes, it is a fact. Jordan Love has missed games each of the past 2 seasons. All Goody did was state a fact. But the fact that he chose to state those facts, he didn't have to say them out loud. But for him, as the GM, to say, look, Jordan's missed games each of the last 2 years. And what's the underlying point there? If we don't have Malik Willis, we miss the playoffs if we don't have him, at least in 2024.
Probably there ain't jobs. I don't think Matt LaFleur to make the playoffs the last 2 years. He ain't coaching this ball squad.
And look, they did not win the games that Malik Willis played in last season, but it wasn't because of Malik Willis. They lose the Bears game. They were up 16-6 in the final 2 minutes. They lose the Baltimore game because they gave up 307 yards. I don't think people remember. All they remember is the 307 yards that they gave up on the ground. Malik Willis had 3 incompletions all game against Baltimore. I mean, he was phenomenal. So Goody looked and said, look,
you can't do that in a rookie minicamp walkthrough practice.
Well, you got to throw the ball first. But Goody looked and said, I don't think we can win, and probably Matt LaFleur did too, if we have to play Desmond Ridder. And then they said, we got to do something different. Now, on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy...
The timing of it is weird, though.
Yeah,
I wonder if Tyrod Taylor's camp had, hey, man, listen, we got 2 or 3 options. We want to come here. You either blank or get off the blank. And it seems like the Packers said, we're going to blank.
Adam Schefter appeared on Unsportsmanlike this morning, and he mentioned that the Packers did some kicking of the tires on another quarterback. Here's Shefty.
This has been one of the youngest teams in the league for a while now. And so to have more veterans in there, even at the backup quarterback position, I think that's a welcome thing. I think young players could learn from Tyrod Taylor. And when you bring up the name Anthony Richardson, I think that the Packers did check in on that. And the Colts wanted more than the Packers would have been willing to give up.
Again, I'm not disputing that Adam's sources are accurate on kicking the tires on him. What I would say is Anthony Richardson ain't ready to win you games at this point either from what we've seen from him. And if the idea is we have a Super Bowl team, and if we lose our quarterback for 3 games, we want somebody who's been there, done that, and bought the T-shirt so we don't lose games, Anthony Richardson isn't that guy right now either. But Tyrod Taylor is. Am I wrong?
No. I mean, I think that you never know, because I don't think anyone would have thought Malik Willis was going to be that guy either. And that's why I trust that Green Bay knows what they need from a backup quarterback. Now, Tyrod Taylor has done it. He's been there. He's proven it. So that always makes you feel a heck of a lot better about where you're going, what's next with what you're trying to do. But that doesn't mean you don't just continue to look for the next guy, because I don't know what Tyrod signed, if it was a 1 or 2 year deal. It's about every year now standing on its own.
We'll get ready to talk to Evan Cohen, and I need to get some clarity on what these allegations Jesse is levying toward him. But we can't do that until we talk about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
If you've been putting off replacing your windows and doors, now is the time, because Pella of Wisconsin is offering zero-interest financing. A lot of different options that will fit what you're looking for. Again, 0% interest financing. And in Wisconsin, your home takes a beating year-round. The right windows and doors can improve comfort, boost energy efficiency, and upgrade your home's look. Pella's experts will help you find the perfect fit for your home and within your budget, all, again, with zero-interest options. You can upgrade now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. Don't wait. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
With Mother's Day just around the corner, show that special woman in your life just how much she means to you. Head over to Galen Barosia's chocolatier store on Atwood and treat her to delightfully delicious chocolates, crafted to perfection, right here in Madison. Once you taste that difference that locally owned handmade chocolates provide, you'll never go back to buying a mass-produced box of chocolate ever again. Make this Mother's Day one to remember with a box of chocolate from Galen Barosia's chocolatier on Atwood.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. And when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world. Except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait. And if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
We're on the Packers.
This team is going to be better than what they were last year.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
You may have Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, and Tucker Kraft all together for the first time since 2024.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Jesse, before we get to Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike, what exactly is this? I don't want to even call it an issue, but is it an issue?
Well,
what's going on with him and Old T here?
He's stealing Tausch's takes on his national platform and claiming them as his own.
Oh, what happened? I missed it.
There's a couple of them.
All
You had
right.
more than one opportunity to
All
catch
right,
it.
let's hear it.
So first, we actually touched on this one the other day. So you may recall the Denver Nuggets were eliminated by the depleted Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, no Ant-Man.
In the opening round of the Western Conference playoffs.
Devastating.
NBA postseason.
Yep.
And Tausch has, for a couple of years, been asking how come no one talks about Nikola Jokic, his guy, the same way that they talk about Giannis.
Yeah.
And no one on the national
Very
stage.
similar career arcs for both of them.
Yeah, no one on the national stage has shared that opinion.
Yeah.
Until now.
I'm just unbelievably curious as to why the approach for someone that's won multiple MVPs, won championship, and been to the conference finals twice, who's only played for one team in his entire career, is treated one way, and the same exact resume is treated another way. And to your point, one is Giannis, and one is Jokic. One is, we got to get him out of there. They have no shot of winning at all. And the other is, he's got to be there forever. And I don't know who thinks that Denver has any shot of winning at all in the impossible Western Conference right now. And I would think that both teams should want both of those guys on their respective teams forever if they could work that out.
Evan Cohen
Really good
on
question by Evan.
Unsportsmanlike.
That's a really good question. Really good topic to bring up. And I would disagree in the fact that if there's doubt, it doesn't seem like Joker is given any doubt that he wants to be in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Giannis has. That would be the difference. But the narrative of why things have been pushed as hard as they have by the Shams Charanias and the national folks, that I don't know. I believe it's size of city, and I think that's a big piece to it. So as far as Joker and Giannis, I think both career MVPs, championship-led, little disappointment with where they've been able to go the last couple of years. But the Bucks scenario just seems as if the Bucks have actually went and done more, at least trying from an organizational standpoint. But there's been turmoil there. Their skews have lined up pretty well, and it's just amazing the difference in volume of criticism and discourse around Giannis compared to Joker. It doesn't make any sense to me, and it sounds like Evan feels the same way, which. Hey, nice job, Evan.
But you thought that first.
Oh, for sure. But Evan takes a lot of stuff from me. That's all right. We have conversations, and a lot of times he'll bounce ideas off of me, and I'll say that those are dumb, and he won't use them. And then when I give him great ideas, he'll use them.
So you're admitting that he has conversed with you about some of his takes that he shares on his national show.
Evan has been on national radio for a long time. He does a great job. He does NBA stuff. His minuscule knowledge of the NBA is much better than mine. He knows the Miami Heat's third reserve. Big picture NBA stuff, I'll put myself up against Evco any day of the week.
Well, it's interesting that you volunteered that information because your name was mentioned.
Oh, really?
On Unsportsmanlike last week.
Okay.
In a separate incident where Evan Cohen was sharing his quarterback rules philosophy. He's
no frost play till
legendary.
Thanksgiving Day.
Not quite. Draft a quarterback when you want one, not when you need one, is near the top of the list. And if you feel like you've heard that before, it might be because it's been shared on, this show. And producer Nuno, as they were discussing this and giving credit where credit was due, brought up your name.
Oh, Nuno.
when Evan was claiming again that this was his philosophy and his set of rules.
Smalls, a Courtney, the friend of the show, a great teammate, Mark Tauscher.
I said my name right.
Who did he play for?
Green Bay Packers.
Oh, don't even dare do this.
I'm not giving Tausch credit for it, but
so Ev poached it from Tausch? Is that what you're saying?
I'm like, if we're gonna go to the whole Packers and he came from the Packers, I'm just gonna go to like how many Packers is Evan really good friends with?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just kind of like just putting this together.
That's ridiculous.
So that's 2 times last week that it sounds like Evan on Unsportsmanlike on the ESPN Radio Morning Show has stolen your material.
I've also heard him start to say "go ahead" a lot as well. So that's 3 things. That's the trifecta of things Evco's done. And I'm just going to say I'm flattered. I am absolutely flattered that he's doing that. So he can keep it up. He doesn't need to. I don't need to be a biblioteca or bibliography. You don't have to cite me. I'm fine with it. Imitation is, what is that? Imitation is a flattery or something like that?
Sincerest form of flattery. And you're not a German library at the Bibliothek. I am curious, though.
So wait, isn't Biblioteca Spanish?
I think
Biblioteca is Spanish for library.
I don't think it's German.
Bibliothek is German for a library.
La Biblioteca.
Let's check that. I think Biblioteca is Espanol.
Yes, that may be. I said Bibliothek, which apparently everyone uses that for library except for English. You're not the first one to say don't get a quarterback when you need one, get one when you don't need one, or whatever that phrase is, right? Like, you got that from somewhere too? Or did you invent that?
I invented it. I'm the Thomas Edison of quarterback play. Prove me wrong.
I will not prove you wrong.
I'm open to someone bringing someone else that said it, but I know that's how I felt.
Like Nuno said, you did have firsthand experience being part of the Favre to Rodgers transition, and you've been here as a analyst.
I'm sure
with the Rodgers to Love transition
Gregg over with San Francisco, or I'm trying to think of some of the other old centers. Swain, Oates. Who are the centers for the 49ers? They had a bunch of really good O linemen. They also went through it with Joe Montana and Steve Young. They picked up Steve Young via the USFL draft. And then they got Steve Bono. Organizations will help a quarterback succeed a heck of a lot more than just the quarterback. Like, there's special talents that have failed because they were in the wrong organization. You better hope if you're a parent of a stud quarterback, best thing that you could do is go to a stable, solid organization. And unfortunately, the way the draft is, typically doesn't happen. You have to overcome it. And luckily for Jordan, for Aaron, they didn't have to. Brett Favre got drafted by a team that the coach despised him. Guess what? How'd that work for him down there? Not great, Bob. How'd it work when they brought him in and they had to go through a massaging process to get him back to where he could play? And all of that matters. And that was before all of this stability that this organization had. So let's not also, there is talent outs, as my dad used to always say. That's 100% true. But talent will only get you so far. Ask David Carr. That's a rhyme, my friend.
Now it's time. From Mark Murphy, there's an old saying in the NFL.
You're welcome, Mark.
We got to get the Chippewa Falls.
The best time to draft a quarterback is when you don't need one. So I don't know how old that saying is. I will have to check with Mark.
I said it in 2001. So
you did not.
Right.
No, we used to have hot tub talks, and that's the genesis of it.
Okay. You and Bollinger talked about it in 1998, right?
I would just say this. Denny Tauscher definitely gets credit for talent outs, and we have used that for many, many, many years on this show, and he is right
10
about
years,
that.
I believe it's
some
been 10
might
years.
Coming up on it, yeah.
Some might also say that we're going to talk to Evan Cohen coming up after I tell you that you don't need to hop on a plane. Apparently, if you're hopping on a discount airline plane, that is not a good situation right now. Or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped, because your next getaway is waiting right there in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. The biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the cool stuff that's happening inside. And if you're hungry, you've got so many options, from Dream Dance Steakhouse to the Marketplace to Rockin' Brews, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, the Canal Street Cafe, Cream City Coffee Company. Food and drink specials happening all the time. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, they've got the event spaces that are going to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is our crew.
Here's the pitch, bunting again, bunted up the first baseline. This is a very good bunt by Lockridge. Picked up by Torkelson, throws to first, not in time. Lockridge beat it out.
We are Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Chalmers Jewelers has the perfect gift that sparkles and shines.
Mother's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, no matter the occasion, we have stunning gold and natural diamond jewelry that makes a statement. Many under $8.99.
Elegant, timeless, and surprisingly affordable.
At Chalmers, we believe every milestone deserves a little brilliance.
Because unforgettable moments deserve unforgettable gifts.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out their full lineup of vehicles and find the one that's right for you, or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Steady. Ah, I hit my thumb.
What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Did you swear that you'd get that house project done ages ago and now it's causing you real pain? From leaky faucets to light fixtures, let our handyman team at Bruner Realty fix it all. Fast, friendly, and without the agony. We take care of it so you don't have to. Visit fixedbybruner.com. That's fixedbybruner.com.
Every morning starts with questions about what's ahead.
At News 3 Now this morning, we're here to help you start your day ready and informed.
From the weather you need to plan your day,
to what's happening across our community and the 608.
And the consumer information helping you make smarter choices.
From your first cup of coffee
or your third cup to the moment you head out the door.
Wake up with Chris, Kyrie on, Josh Savannah, and Michelle Renee Quinn. News 3 Now this morning, 4:30 to 7 a.m. Weekdays, moving forward.
Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Horicon Bank, serving their clients with faster decisions, smarter financing, and bankers who get your business. Horicon Bank, doing good for 130 years.
Legends line. Maybe he's just on the.
Yeah, this is just the guest hotline.
Yeah. I never know. Want to make sure he feels welcome.
So the other thing is, though, Evan would feel uncomfortable if we called him a legend. He's been on national radio for
being uncomfortable.
He's been on national radio for 15 years.
I diagnosed this last week. I understand what's going on here.
Tell me.
Jason's new way of saying one of my favorite humans is saying that everyone is appearing on the Yingling Legends line.
No, you think he's
the majority, like 95% appear on the Yingling guest hotline, and 5% are reserved for the Legends line. But he's saying everybody's on the Legends line.
No, you don't diagnose me, bro. Joining us now.
He's a pretty easy diagnose, man.
Guest
you're not that
hotline.
complicated. You're not like Rogers. You ain't a complicated fella.
Joining us now on the Yingling, whatever you want to call it, hotline. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America and now in Wisconsin. 6 generations, family owned and operated. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Evan Cohen. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
You want to diagnose Wildy quick before we get started?
How much time do we have?
I
got to be on LA.
You got to be on it.
I got LA coming up. Yeah, we don't have
10
time for
here.
That. Yeah, tricky.
9 Mountain.
Tricky.
So you got 21 minutes.
Evan, what else are you stealing from Tausch?
I have stolen nothing from him.
That's not the allegation Jesse levied.
Yeah, well, if I do or did, I would credit him. I think he knows that, and I think
so too.
I'm incredibly honored that you're stealing all my stuff, and your head producer is acknowledging and seeing it and calling it out in real time. That's good stuff. Go ahead.
That is ridiculous. It's ridiculous because I would say listen to me. Amongst my many,
that's why you're talking. We are listening to you. You don't have to tell us to listen to you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Amongst my many flaws, one of them is actually over-crediting on the radio because it actually holds up time. I don't feel comfortable. Let's say we're talking at the Packers and Nuno, our producer, makes a point in my ear about Jordan Love. I won't be able to just go with it. I will actually stop in the tracks and say, well, Nuno had something interesting here on Jordan Love. Now, that's dumb because, I'm holding up time. And you really think I would steal your points, Tausch? You think, that is a strong accusation.
I didn't make the accusation. I literally showed up, and Jesse actually had audio clipped and played it. So I didn't say anything. Don't be accusing.
Multiple instances. He's a repeat offender here on this.
Jesse claims that you did, and I just said I'm honored that you did. I don't mind if you don't cite me.
And also, I'm actually even more insulted because I sacrificed our national audience this morning for about 3 minutes for the sake of Wilde and Tausch and ESPN Wisconsin.
What a teammate. What a teammate and a hurrow. What a teammate and a hurrow.
You know why? Is Tyrod Taylor to the Packers a big national story? It is not necessarily.
Well,
but I asked it to one.
In fairness, what else is going on in the NFL, though? In fairness. That was a big NFL story.
Well, there's a lot
yesterday.
of things.
Not in the NFL.
A big NFL story.
A what?
A big one?
It's a
I don't
story.
know about that. A story and a big NFL story are two different things.
I mean, if he signed with the Cowboys, it would be leading
What
the
is-
show today.
Okay, but a big NFL, a small NFL story is like a big NBA story at this time of year. You know that.
Okay, but the point is, I thought to myself, why not throw Schefter a little bit of a lob here, see what he does with it, knowing Wilde and Tausch could use this today. And in fact, maybe you should be thanking me because I actually thought he gave us some juicy stuff by simply saying the Packers were in on Anthony Richardson. They did try to get Anthony Richardson, but the price was too high.
What was
and
the
I
price?
think mentality was.
What was the price?
Well, I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't. I,
Good
you know
follow-up.
what? I didn't ask a follow-up. Yep.
You and Wilde should host a show called No
I remember a
Follow-Ups.
press conference. No, I'm just kidding.
No follow-ups, please. You and Wilde, that'd be a good show. I'll tune into that.
Yeah. Wilde would quit 1 minute before the show starts. I can't do this.
I think you're probably right.
So
don't diagnose me, bro.
but I thought it was interesting, guys, that they changed methodology because I thought, and we've all talked about developmental quarterback. I remember Tausch brought up the idea of Justin Fields, and people didn't like that idea. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
And then, well, not based on anyone who's seen him play with
Kansas
Chicago.
City Chiefs,
They're so down on him.
one of the greatest coaches in the history of the league, thinks it's a good idea, but I'm sure nobody else does.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, I thought they were going to go that route / Anthony Richardson. Like, I thought that was the move. And I think it's interesting that they went Tyrod Taylor for this reason, guys. How many times last year did we talk, and you guys do it every day for 3+ hours, about veteran leadership? The person that when Ben Johnson is saying what he's saying, that they should be pissed at Ben Johnson and like not be okay with that. And I feel like Tyrod Taylor, you bring him in, and maybe it kills two birds with one stone. Maybe he is obviously the backup quarterback, but maybe he's the guy that says to Jordan Love, like, hey, you can't be okay with what just happened here. And if I say it, I'm just the backup. Here's what you need to say. And Jordan can say, well, I don't know that I'm comfortable doing that. And here's the guy who can walk him through that. Malik Willis, to no fault of his own, could not have done that. He was a developmental player. Anthony Richardson could not do that. Developmental player.
Yeah.
If I'm making this up, if J.J. McCarthy gets released, like developmental player, I'm just thinking of anybody that would be a young developmental player. Tyrod Taylor could say, Jordan, that is not how you handle this situation. And Jordan Love is a great guy, it seems like. And I get the sense that he would look at Tyrod Taylor and say, all right, well, coach me up on this. So that is a direction change, in my opinion, by the Packers.
Great insight.
You should steal that, Tausch.
Evan, I basically said that before Evan joined us, but I don't know if you weren't listening. That I did say something of that ilk. Don't be huffing. What are you, the big bad wolf over there?
So it can't be a conversation. It has to be. I said that already. That was your response to that?
Well, I already no. I think what's been interesting about this, and we all have looked at Brian Gutekunst, and he is not a fan of old players. Jason brought it up in a press conference. Like that has been. It's always in Shefty on your show this morning, which you did. You guys executed that interview just absolutely excellently. He continued to say, young team. That's kind of the brand, right? That's what Green Bay does.
Yeah, he did say that. That's right.
They're changing course. And I think a part of it is, I think there were more issues in that locker room. And the fact that LaFleur brought that up, unprompted, this offseason, tells you that's a concern. What does Goody do? He goes and trades for an older linebacker to bring in. He brings in an older defensive lineman. That doesn't ever happen. And now you're going to bring in an older veteran quarterback that maybe will help. I thought it was more of on-the-field stuff. But when you bring it up this way, I've been saying all year that this whole Jordan Love, I think he's only done a couple of interviews, about the Bears, it isn't good enough just to stay even keel. Like, I want my players even keel, but there's times you need a little extra juice. You need to throw a little extra gas on a fire. And maybe Tyrod Taylor saying, listen, man, we've had this rivalry. I know he's with Baltimore. I don't even know. He's been everywhere, it feels like. So he's seen this. There ain't anything more heated than what the Bear-Packer rivalry is now. It's at Kelvin 173. Like, this thing is piping hot. And you can't sit there off to the side and think it ain't no big deal, because it is. And I'm guessing Tyrod Taylor, just from a mentality standpoint, is going to bring a lot in that locker room on top of the on-the-field stuff. And, hey, did you see this? Did you see these protections? Did you see this adjustment? All of that encompassing it is going to be a heck of a lot worth a heck of a lot more than bringing in some developmental kid that doesn't have any of that, and that will help Jordan grow into being the guy that I think we all hope he can be.
So,
That's right.
to Evan's very, very astute point that you have taken and brought one step further. Last year, the Green Bay Packers had 2 players who had celebrated their 30th birthday when the season started. Kicker Brandon McManus, long snapper Matt Orzech. They now have Tyrod Taylor, who will be 37 before the season begins, Javon Hargrave, who is 33, Zaire Franklin, who will be 30 before the season begins. They also have 2 players who some thought they might move on from because they are getting closer to 30. But Josh Jacobs is the unquestioned number 1 running back without a number 2. And Aaron Banks will be turning 29 like Josh Jacobs, and he is back for another year at guard. So, Evan, when you look at this, what do you make from your national perch of Brian Gutekunst, who you have praised frequently, and Tausch has soured slightly on, still not down on him, I don't think. I don't want to misrepresent his position. But what do you make of a guy who has been very ardent in his youthful team doing this much 30-something business?
Yeah. So I don't know that there's that clear, unquestioned, like, guy who's, I don't want to say the leader, but like that clear, like, I am not happy with what's going on. You're going to listen to me right now because I've been there and done that. Right. I always reference my favorite player, non-Michael Jordan in the NBA, a guy by the name of Udonis Haslem, who was with the Miami Heat for 20 years. And he actually, Tausch will probably appreciate this. I don't know that I've ever talked to Tausch about this, and maybe he'll say I stole it from him somehow. But Udonis actually thought and still thinks there should be an OG rule where you have one roster spot that's like in addition to, just for somebody that's been around forever, that you can use in that OG mentality, like where it's like, okay, well, we need this guy still here, and it doesn't count that much against the cap, but he's the guy that is going to, I mean, like literally Tausch would still be in uniform because he would be telling people, like, that's not the way Brett did it. That's not the way Aaron did it. That's not the way Julius Peppers did it. I was told about the way that Reggie White did it, and that's not the way that happened. We are not okay acting this way. And the difference, Jason, as you know, is, and I've talked to Udonis about this, it's the moment you put on the suit, you're not one of them. But when you keep the jersey on, regardless of how long you play, you're one of them. So Tyrod Taylor feels like the guy that one day will put on the proverbial suit and he will coach, right? Now, obviously, it's not a suit in the NFL, but you get what I'm saying. Where in this case, as long as he's one of them, I think they may rely on him to be that guy. Now, there's a bigger picture question. And this is a leap, but I will ask you guys as a question, not as a statement. Is it at all, I don't want to say a knock, but is it at all worth wondering if they didn't think Jordan Love could do that, and that's why there's not a developmental quarterback behind him?
Well, I think there's a couple of things to why they're doing this, as we talked about earlier. One being that they can't have a guy like Kyle McCord or apparently Desmond Ridder, who they don't think can win a game if he gets hurt, because it's happened each of the last 2 years. Secondly, and Tausch made a very good point, like, I wanted, in his first year as the starter, I wanted Matt Ryan, who had played for LaFleur in Atlanta. I didn't realize the offset language when he was released. It was smarter for him to go work for CBS because it didn't offset the money that he was already owed.
Matt Ryan?
Yeah, as the backup.
As a backup?
Yeah, because he had been, where was he?
Why would he do that?
Because, well, he didn't end up playing at all in 2023 Remember, he was.
Yeah, but he never has been a backup. Why would he do that? I'm confused.
Well, so did Matt Hasselbeck.
He was the starter.
Okay, I think Matt Ryan was not very good his last year.
and Matt Ryan are two different. Like, I mean, I get it, but I just hadn't heard you say that, Jason. I didn't realize that's who you were targeting. That's interesting.
So in his
Jason loves Matts though too. That's the other thing.
I do.
Oh,
Matt Carney.
Are you a blind faith in Matt? That's interesting.
Patricia.
If somebody names Matt. Yeah, no.
But interesting, he went with Luke for the gospel choice today. That was interesting, Jason. You didn't go Matt with the gospel. You went Luke.
You know what, Tausch, what's interesting about this? What you're saying. You know what name I have blind faith in from our era of kids? And you know what I'm saying? No, Kelly. If you're a Kelly, our era television, blind faith. Kelly Kapowski.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
That's a blind faith name. Do you agree? You assume
Mike Kelly
is beautiful and cool. Mike Kelly, beautiful. Great guess when you don't have him on.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you bring up Kelly Kapowski and Kelly Taylor, you're going to get me. I'm on board.
Yeah.
What was Jennifer Love Hewitt's name in the show after 90210?
Party of Five?
Yeah.
I don't remember. That's a good question.
She was, wow.
That's interesting. She should have been named Kelly if she
wasn't.
Yeah,
that was kind of my point, was it should have been Kelly. From a trust standpoint, I'd go Nat Pasiccio. You're going to trust. Nat Pasiccio is the Tyrod Taylor of 90210.
That's a great comment.
Where do you go to get good sage advice? You go to the Peach Pit, you sit back, and you can have an open conversation over a slice of pie. That's what I'm hoping Tyrod Taylor brings.
If you're down in the dumps, okay, and you can walk in to go see Nat Pasiccio, you're good. You're good.
Totally
and then,
agree.
do you remember Willie, the chef?
No, I missed Willie.
Oh, yeah, the main chef, the cook, the chef. Willie, I think Willie was his name, yeah. But Nat Pasiccio, I mean, we're talking about one of the all-time great influences, mentors.
Yes.
Really in the history of the world.
And he covered it with everybody. A lot of times it's, he's going to handle it with
that's
Dylan.
That's the point. You think it's just Brandon. It wasn't.
But it was everybody. Steve Sanders would come in there with an issue, and Nat would sit him down. And even Val, Kelly Kapowski Part 2.0. Val would go in there, and Nat Pasiccio would help Val.
Valerie Malone.
Yes.
That's right. Excellent point. How about when Hillary Swank was on the show as a single mother, waitress there, who had her back? Nat Pasiccio.
Yeah, Pasiccio. I think we can start looking at Tyrod Taylor as he's Pasicci'd it. That could be, if Jordan Love's leadership grows immensely, we're going to say he has the Pasiccio effect. Put that down in your story, Jason. That could be good.
Yeah, I'll further the comp, Tausch. You know what Jordan Love may be?
Uh-oh.
Is Jordan Love really David Silver? Is he? I'm going to tell you why.
No,
Absolute
he's
star.
not David. No.
Everyone, hold on.
Okay.
Everyone wants to love him. He's not Brandon. He's not Dylan. Let's be fair.
So who's Brandon and Dylan?
Okay.
Favre and Rodgers?
That's right.
And then who's Steve Sanders out of that group?
Matt Flynn.
Matt, no, that's downgrading Steve Sanders.
Yeah.
How dare you? You know what? Steve Sanders is maybe you.
No,
now that I think about it.
No. Talk about downgrading Steve Sanders.
I
met Steve Sanders out at a film festival one time.
I've met him a million times.
Okay.
I've texted with him.
You've texted
Was he in the yogurt
Sanders.
shop with Sam Waterston?
Oh, what a moment that was! You remember that? And Jason, he totally ignored me. He didn't care at all that I thought he was great. It was really remarkable. He just didn't care. Didn't care.
You could say David Silver's roster of girlfriends is almost the same as Derek Jeter's. He is. I mean, it's been quite a.
Vanessa Marcel in real life. Vanessa Marcel.
Yep.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yep.
Megan Fox.
Yep.
I don't know his current wife. Jennifer Love Hewitt. I always thought Jennifer Love Hewitt reminded me of like Gene Stick Michael with the Yankees, this unbelievable scout. If you look at Jennifer Love Hewitt in her early years, some of the boyfriends she had, they were all she had them before they got big. I believe she dated John Mayer before he got big. I believe she dated Carson Daly before he got big. I think you got to give Jennifer Love Hewitt a lot of credit. Great actress, great singer.
I am always going to give Jennifer Love Hewitt a lot of credit. That is something you never have to worry about me doing.
Wasn't she in the LFO Summer Girls video or Summer video, whatever it is?
That I don't know.
She was definitely in one of those videos.
I don't know. Jason?
Yeah, Chinese food makes me sick. Abercrombie and Fitch, that one? I think she was.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Jason, you've been active in this conversation.
I feel like I was trying to defend my Matt Ryan take, and suddenly it became an entire discussion about 90210.
What I don't want is just to bring an old guy in. And I know, Evan just talked about the OG rule. I think if there's somebody that has institutional knowledge of the place and is there the whole time, like a Udonis Haslem, I get it and I'm on board with it. I don't want you bringing in, somebody that has not been there.
Well, is there anybody? Is there anybody who was with them then wasn't with them that they could bring back?
I think this fit because of all of the things we've mentioned besides the Pasiccio effect. This definitely makes a lot of sense for all of the reasons that we talked about. But what you don't want to have is Unk sitting around telling you about the old days and not being able to bring anything to the table.
I don't think that's Tyrod Taylor.
No. I'm not. I'm not saying it's Udonis Haslem, but I'm saying if you get into that and that's all you're looking for, I'm not interested in that. Yeah. So I get
you get the Udonis Haslem effect
for sure
from a guy who can still play.
He could still give you a minute or two, but your main focus is on mentality, practice habits, studying film, how to be a pro. Especially when you're going to continue to be the youngest team. Rob Davis is the perfect Udonis Haslem. And he was in that building for a long time.
The backup tight end for
long snapper for years. Then he got into player development. He was the OG. He still is, I think, for a lot of guys. That is your Udonis Haslem. I don't know if that's definitely
he also served as Dennis Rodman's bodyguard in Chicago during the 90s Bulls era. All right, Evan, you got to get ready for L.A. We appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
And Tausch, you need to get ready to give away some Iron Jock gear as well.
Yeah, Jesse, I don't know what number to go with today. I can tell you this as a former athlete. Wore just about every workout gear there is. Nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh. No matter how hard you work, from the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident through May 10th. It's bundle madness. Get one lightweight hoodie, one jogger or jogger, one short sleeve T-shirt, and just $100. It's 45% savings. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. So shop now at ironjock.com. Right now is your chance to win some Iron Jock socks. I got to get me some Iron Jock socks. I'm a big sock guy.
We have some. They're really nice.
Caller number 72. Caller 72 at 844-770-3776 to win some Iron Jock socks. Caller, what did I say, 72?
72.
All right.
844-770-3776. I can vouch for the socks. Maddie likes them for running. They stay up. They're the ones that she has are the no-show socks, but they stay up really nicely, which is a frustration with no-show socks. They are very high quality, and she is a huge fan, and you will be too if you are caller 72 844-770-3776. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
We're on the Badgers.
This Badgers team is going to go as far as Colton Joseph takes them.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
When he is at the top of his game, this offense could be awesome.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and as we count down to the official start of summer in Wisconsin, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors: the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with the 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, a Golden, Colorado.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Wisconsin softball on to the postseason with the Big Ten tournament taking place this week in College Park, Maryland. The Badgers are the 7th seed in this year's conference tournament and are set to face 10-seed Purdue in the opening round Wednesday afternoon. First pitch for the Badgers and Boilermakers is scheduled for 3:30 Central Time. The winner advances to face 2-seed Oregon on Thursday in the quarterfinals. All games are televised on the Big Ten Network. Wisconsin's in search of winning its first Big Ten softball tournament title since 2013.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Every minute of every day, another person loses their life to cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer has set a bold goal to make early stage detection an essential part of standard of care for all cancers. So join the mission and help save lives today at standuptocancer.org.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
It's well known that the boss at the exteriors company is a perfectionist.
It's a gift.
He not only oversees every job, he inspects each aspect of the operation to get to the root of what your project will actually need to be long-lasting.
Call 960-ROOF.
Oh, he's proud of all the reviews.
What can I say? Take a look.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
When you're having computer problems, you need a company you trust to get things working again, quickly and affordably. Madison Computer Works has been doing that for business and residential customers for decades. Our computer care plans take away the hassle of being without your computer or needing to bring it in for repair. Starting at only $10 a month, our local and friendly techs provide remote help and can fix most problems in just minutes. Call 608-231-8000 and sign up today. Madison Computer Works, computers that work for you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Thanks as always to Evan Cohen for maybe or maybe not stealing Tauscher's best materials, but always entertaining to talk with him. We talked with Jonathan Gannon yesterday. We'll get to what he had to say coming up in the 10 o'clock hour. But Tausch, to our point that we were discussing, I mean, Tyrod Taylor, I think, fits a number of different things that the Packers are looking for. Jesse, everything okay over there?
No, but I don't know what happened. He just suddenly couldn't hear anything, so I'm guessing that is something going on there. I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah, I don't think my mic for whatever reason isn't working over there now.
Well, did you kick it?
I didn't kick it, but there's something unplugged.
Yo, VIP, let's kick it.
Jason, I was just going to ask you, this Tyrod Taylor signing, along with Franklin, along with Hargraves, has there been a sea change in the mentality of how Brian Gutekunst is putting a roster together? Because this isn't a one-off. This isn't signing a 40-year-old kicker. This is bringing in three cats that are, no, Tyrod hopefully isn't going to play a huge role.
Right.
But has this changed? You don't sign a ton of your draft picks anymore after they get done with 4 years. Has this approach on roster building and coming up short, not being able to finish, has it changed Brian Gutekunst's attitude on how he builds a team?
Yeah, so the addition of Tyrod Taylor, I think, is the one that's pushing it over the top for me, right? Zaire Franklin and Javon Hargrave.
Zaire Franklin was a real head-scratcher to me.
Because why?
Because you typically, how old is he? He's 31?
He's 29. He will turn 30 before the season.
Okay, he's going to turn 30.
All-Pro in 2024, which was only a year ago.
2 years ago,
Kind of dropped off the table last season.
Yeah, it's out of character to trade, and then you obviously, when you make that trade, you're basically announcing you're not going to bring in a guy that you drafted in the first round, and you're not going to bring him back.
Correct. Well, I think the way Goody explained that was it became clear to him that they were not going to be able to keep.
Right, but
they must have been very far apart.
Yeah, Jason,
on the
you know
contract
this better than I do. You're going to prioritize what you're going to prioritize. If you want Quay Walker back on his team, you're going to get him.
Right. They wanted him back at their price, and he was not interested in that.
That means you don't really want him.
They certainly weren't going to pay top dollar for him, and now they get a guy who's done it in the league.
It just feels like, to me, we've seen this movie. We've not seen the development and growth of the young players to be mature enough to handle the pressures of what comes with late season football and postseason football the last 2 years. And maybe I'm wrong, but you don't go make these signings and go against pretty much your whole philosophy on how you build a team by not signing old guys, by bringing in young or elevator year guys. And all of a sudden, now we're at 3. There is a potential of it being 4, 5, maybe 6 guys, because I'm guessing you're going to have to go get an older lineman to kind of solidify things. I'm not going to be shocked if you go get an older corner. How old is old boy from the Chargers? 28, 29?
Yeah, he's going to turn 29, yep.
So that's not old, but
it
it's
ain't
not
super young.
24, 25. It's not elevator.
Correct. Uh-huh.
And it just feels like that mentality. I think the Packers learned some things the last 2 postseasons that they don't like. And instead of standing pat and saying, well, we just got to get the right, maybe we needed some veteran leadership and some guys that have been around and have seen it and done it that can help bring the other guys along. And that is something that we have not seen under Brian Gutekunst really since he signed Rick Wagner in that COVID year. That's really been the last time we've seen it.
Yeah, I would like to talk to Goody again at some point about this. We didn't really address it after the draft because we were focused on draft selections, et cetera. And they did trade up to take a kicker, which took up a lot of the oxygen during that conversation, and rightfully so. But I am curious what exactly to make of this potential philosophical shift. And I don't know what's it, one's a coincidence, 2 or whatever it is, and then 3's a trend, or whatever that saying is. You're the expert on sayings. I don't want to steal it from you. But are we at trend point now of 30-somethings or approaching 30 players? Because if you recall, in that press conference on February 4th, when I said the line of demarcation thing, he said, no, there's no line of demarcation at age 30. Well, maybe there was, and there isn't anymore, right? Because now, they have obviously either kept guys that are getting close to 30 or that have surpassed 30, and I'm very eager to see how much further he's willing to go. Because to your point, Tausch, I think they could use a veteran lineman. I think they could use a veteran corner. I think those are 2 spots where you still think, okay, you like Brandon Cisse, but do you want him to have to be, like, if Keyshawn Nixon busts a chin strap and he misses 8 games, is Cisse ready to play? I don't know. Maybe he will be. Or maybe you do need somebody who's kind of been there, done that, or maybe St. Juice steps up. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. I do want to get to some of the things that Jonathan Gannon said yesterday.
Did he talk?
I not that you would know it from this program, But yes, at length. So did Cam Achord, and so did Adam Stenavich. So we covered all the coordinators yesterday. Today we've got a bunch of the new assistants as well. So we will talk to them coming up around 12:30 at Lambeau Field. Before that, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour, and we need to get to it late because I've been rambling. But before I can do that, I need to tell you about Walney Legal Group. I've been telling you about them for a while. I have my intake form that I have to fill out so I can get started on doing all the requisite planning for my estate planning, which it's not a big estate, but you got to have your affairs in order. That's why Walney Legal Group specializes in estate planning, wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. They offer customized, personalized experiences, not the cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all solutions that you might find elsewhere. And estate planning, as they say, is an uncomfortable necessity, and I can vouch for that because I'm uncomfortable with it. I don't want to think about dying. I don't want to think about what am I going to do and what are Paul and the girls going to be taken care of if that happens. But they make it smooth, easy, and as painless as possible and take care of me from start to finish. Their motto? Lawyering the way it should be, with clear communication, niche expertise, personal service, and a modern approach. So if you've been putting this off like I have, you're not alone. 16% of people have everything in order. 16%. That means we're in the 84%. So let's get our acts together with the help of Walney Legal Group. Start the conversation on their website, walneylegal.com. That's walneylegal.com, WALNY legal.com. I've already had 3 or 4 of our fans who have inquired about this. So again, you have to spell the website right, WALNY legal.com. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Now through May 10th, it's Bundle Madness. Get 1 lightweight hoodie, 1 jogger, and 1 short sleeve t-shirt for just $100. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
This is Badger basketball coach Greg Gard.
Wisconsin wins the Big Ten.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. There's a new backup quarterback in Titletown. Big day yesterday up in Green Bay. Not only did the assistant coaches, including defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon and special teams coordinator Cam Achord, meet with the media for the first time, but the Packers also made a change, releasing quarterback Desmond Ridder and signing soon-to-be 37-year-old veteran Tyrod Taylor to be the new backup behind Jordan Love. ESPN's Adam Schefter sharing on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio this morning that the Packers did kick the tires on inquiring with the Colts about Anthony Richardson, but the price was too high for the Packers to act. Conversation continues here on Wilde and Tausch and all day long on 100.5 ESPN. Check out more on the move from ESPN's Rob Domofsky over at ESPN.com. Baseball, Jackson Chourio returned to the starting lineup, a 4-hit night, including 2 doubles. But the Brewers lose 6-3 to the Cardinals last night. Game 2 tonight, 6:45 first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Sooner or later, the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. And it begins now. We will hear from Jonathan Gannon, including...
Can I give Jesse a little attaboy, though? He came in here and fixed the mic. Down on his hands and knees, just working. Appreciate you.
Next time you take a picture of me, can you make sure my butt crack's not showing?
I
beg your pardon?
Let me tell you something. I sent it to you, Jason, because it was Jesse came in here because I had to move because I couldn't figure out like what happened. The mic just I'd hit my button and it wasn't turning on. My button and it wouldn't turn on.
Oh my God!
So I sent you a picture of Gel fixing it. And you remember when Kohler Services was a great partner for years, and we always talked about how the professional installation that they would have? Well, this was not professional installation.
I'm out, Jerry.
Why'd you do that to me? All I'm trying to do is help you. All I'm trying to do is get us set up in a truck to call a high school baseball game on Thursday.
Yes, listen.
All I'm trying to do is help you out around
I
here.
appreciate you. I didn't.
How do you repay me?
You sent a picture of his butt.
You repay me?
I took a picture of Jesse fixing the deal.
You
didn't
make
take
look
a picture
like Larry
of his
the
butt.
plumber coming in there in a hurry with trying to just help you get situated so you're happy.
By the way, did I post things that are
not yet
embarrassing? I don't even do that. You know that. You're sitting there. Every chance you get, you'll post me a spike in the first pitch, and you love doing that. And then your butt crack is like everywhere. I'm not going to post that. If Jason wants to, great. If you want to, great. I was taking a picture saying, thank you, Jesse, for coming in here to the Everlight Solar Studio and fixing a problem that I caused. I didn't even knowingly do it, and you did it. So I give a kudos, and then you attack me? That doesn't seem right.
This is a setup.
It's not.
It is. You deliver this soliloquy of thankfulness. Also, you could talk about the butt crack photo.
No, I didn't bring up butt crack. He did.
You knew. No, you were playing 4D chess.
I'm not that smart.
I've helped fix 100 different things in there for you over the years. I've helped fix at least
flat out not true.
I've at least fixed 4 other things for you over the years.
Not 400.
And you've never once taken a picture of me helping you out. But today, you just felt like I'm going to say thank you by taking a picture of Jesse hard at work. Yeah, that's exactly what happened today.
I'm sorry that your butt crack showed. I didn't mean for that to be part of the picture.
It's a precarious angle.
Precarious. I'm sitting in this chair. You're down here.
You gotta sit on the ground. You gotta lean in to try and get to it. And some things
don't
happen
let Jason
sometimes.
try to split us up. We've been really good. I'm not gonna let Jason besmirch my motivations. That was not my motivation. It happened that is the end result.
It just worked out that way.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
All right, I want to get to Jonathan Gannon as much as I could talk about Jesse's butt all day. I do need to talk about Brewers checking from Associated Bank, however. 20% off at the Brewers team store when you show your Brewers card. Up to 50% off home game tickets exclusively for Brewers checking account customers. The express entry so you can tailgate a little longer. Just go through the Associated Bank entrance of American Family Field and show your Brewers card at the gate. Plus, perks like beyond the game day experience and getting pre-sale access to concerts and other non-baseball events, and those savings discounts again on the Brewers Academy if you're registering for that, or for the 5K and 10K famous racing sausages run and walk at AmFam Field. You get all that and more with your Associated Bank Brewers card. So go to associatedbank.com/Brewers to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch is straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
With baseball games streaming live on YouTube and Prep Mania Weekly with insights from the Dean Dennis Semrau, find the biggest games and the most compelling stories of the spring high school sports season on ESPN Madison. Plus, follow our social media platforms to find teams and athletes in your community featured each week.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania on 100.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Brewers fans, cheer for the crew with jewelry that's always a hit.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we're proud to be an official retailer of Milwaukee Brewers jewelry for fans who know diamonds aren't just on the field.
Prices start at just $40. That's almost less than a beer and a hot dog at the stadium.
Nothing says Brewers fan like jewelry that hits a home run.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is closer than ever now with 2 Madison pickup points at the University Bookstore on State Street and the Beltline. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter today at IKEA.us or on the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore, State Street, or Beltline pickup points. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks, my favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com.
Spring is here. Time to get growing at Felly's Flowers and Greenhouse. Felly's has everything you need to bring your garden to life, including the largest selection of locally grown annuals, perennials, vegetable plants, and custom hanging baskets. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting started, Felly's Greenhouse in Fitchburg has the best selection to make your garden bloom. Proudly voted Best of Madison, choose Felly's Flowers as your go-to garden destination. Visit us today and grow with Felly's.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Tausch, you got one supporter in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments, as Jim points out. Kansas City traded a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields. Wonder if Green Bay was looking at getting him. They did. That was reported that the Packers didn't have an interest in him. He would be a much better option than Tyrod Taylor. My question for you is, do you agree with Jim, who is agreeing with you?
It depends what you're looking for, because what this tells me is a shift in mentality. Mm-hmm. This tells me we're going to win the whole blanket thing, and all of the things that Evan said, that I've said, that Evan has stolen from me, the leadership component and taking that next step, I think, is as important as any of the actual on-the-field stuff with Tyrod. When you're talking about Fields, I thought his dynamicity and running with the things you could have done with him and been, a whole different. I don't know how I don't know how well is Tyrod moving around. I'm going to be honest. I haven't seen enough to give you a fair assessment. I know in his heyday, he moved. He was a good mover. He was mobile. Don't know if that is still the case. Justin Fields, that would have been a big part of what he would have brought. That's why I wanted him to come. But there's just a lot of positive things that this Taylor signing tells me, how the Packers view their roster and how they view this team. And with Fields, it would have been more of a, all right, we hope. Here, they know. They have the sense of, all right, I know what we're getting. And all of these intangible things are also going to be an awesome addition to hopefully continuing to grow Jordan Love's leadership skill set.
All right, Jesse, I'm getting the feeling that you're more intrigued and interested in not only your plumber's crack, but in Tyrod Taylor than you are in Jonathan Gannon. If they had Jonathan Taylor, now that would really be interesting.
That would be fun.
You don't seem to be digging JG.
Was he part of the Tool Time deal?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Indeed.
Jonathan Taylor.
Who was the neighbor? He's got some Pasiccio in him. That neighbor was Pasiccio.
Oh, my God, we're back to Pasiccio.
Was that Wilson?
Yeah, Wilson. Never really
not to be
known,
confused with the volleyball.
But he would
never
always
saw his face.
He would always give it solicited and unsolicited advice through the fence, and it was not just with Tim the Tool Man; it was everybody.
All the different Taylors would go and reach out for
He's
advice.
He's the Tyrod Taylor
yeah.
of Tool Time. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
Actually, he was setting me up to talk. Thanks, Tausch.
Okay. Go ahead, Jell.
Jonathan, correct me if I'm wrong, Jason. Jonathan Gannon seemed pretty blah.
Again, it's not about how good he is with us.
You knew that this was the case.
No. Jeff
Hafley was Mr.
It's
Dynamic.
not about Hafley. It's not about Hafley.
But it is.
You can be compelling and excited and offer some interesting material and be like, you're coaching Micah Parsons. That sounds pretty fun, doesn't it, Johnny? And he not say, we got a good player. We'll see what the scheme looks like.
Oh, he Belichicked it.
Well, it seemed
He
very.
was
So
Belichicked.
It was a
do
little
this.
Belichickian.
Because
wow.
Tausch admitted that he didn't actually see or hear any of this. So we'll play a little Did You Hear This? But first, let's start with the exchange that I had with him. Because I will say,
Did you get good seats yesterday, or did you get bullied?
I sat in my usual seat. Yeah, okay. I'm back in my usual spot.
So you guys have all kind of fallen back in line.
Yeah, I think so. Again, it doesn't matter where I sit. I just want to make sure
I'm sure.
Get a couple of questions. No, I really don't care. I
think okay. You brought up that old boy from Chicago sat in your chair and threw everybody off.
Because all three coordinators noted it and were confused
well, if you don't care
by my
where
location
you sit, why do you
change.
sit in the same seat all the time?
For familiarity for the interviewee.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
no.
We're all calling BS
that's
on
why
this. We call BS. It's all right.
Thank you for telling me that I'm not telling the truth. I will tell you the truth about this exchange. It was more inspiring than Jesse's giving it credit for. By the way, I like that shirt. I have the same shirt. Where'd you get that?
Probably a Nike store. Be my guess.
Okay. Thought maybe when you went to Oregon. We exchanged pleasantries with Jonathan Gannon. Here is how my line of questioning went. I was reading a story when you got to Philly where Sirianni asked you what your scheme was, and you told him, I don't have a scheme. Mm-hmm. That story's true?
It is.
Obviously you have plenty of ideas, but what was kind of the point? It sounds like that's kind of...
Yeah, the point is that, Matt, same thing, honestly. The point is the game's it adapts, right? And I don't really get caught up into 4-3, 3-4. We're an NFL style defense, hopefully, right? And I just believe that, You got to continually every year try to adapt and solve problems and really with your guys in mind, right? So this is a whole new crew for me that we're just getting to learn, all new different players, so that's kind of what I mean by that. But there's some principles that, there's some things that I like to do. But it's only if our players can do it. I told them the other day, I was like, if we're not good at this just because I like it, we're not going to do it, So that's our job. We got to put them in the best positions possible that they feel comfortable that they can go out and play the game. And, before scheme, I truly believe it's not what you play, it's how you play. And that goes into, Matt calls it play style. I love that. So that's been cool with our guys to define that for them. Here's the expectation. Here's what you're accountable for. We're all accountable for it. Because I think that's what a good defense looks like, a fast, violent, physical team that takes the ball away.
Was Nick taken aback by that?
No, he probably laughed. He says, you better get one, But no, it's obviously a really good relationship with Nick, but that's what I meant by that.
So he says at the beginning of that response that he used that same line on LaFleur, so he was plagiarizing himself. But the line works, and that is his philosophy. Jesse, you didn't find that compelling.
I ain't going to lie to you. I don't sleep great at night. I found my loop. I'm going to pull that up, and that will help. That'll help. That was not that was boring. It was.
It's our new guy.
This is the first time you meet, and listen, man, I don't need you to be Jeff Hafley.
Keep in mind, he's saying that's the exciting answer of the batch.
And he smiled a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was smiling.
Now, Jesse, that's a good point, by the way. Very good point.
Yeah, it just was not. It was boring. It was very boring. And maybe it's boring by design. I don't know. Is it boring by design, or is that just where we're at?
I don't know him well enough to speak to whether or not it is who he truly is, or that is the public persona he would like to present.
Yeah, it's boring. I'm on Team Jesse. Team BC.
Well, then you will really enjoy what we've got coming up next. Did you hear this? From the Jonathan Gannon press conference.
Obviously, you thought it was super interesting. What did you glean that was so interesting from it?
Again, it gave me the lead to my story on channel3000.com. I do think that, as I was talking about with John Miller from NBC 26 in Green Bay, afterward, he does seem to have some of the same philosophies, if not the same entertaining, engaging delivery that his predecessor had.
What philosophy?
In terms of
hard play style?
Of altering what you do based on your personnel. I think that has become far more commonplace in the NFL than back when you were playing, right? When it was, hey, we do what we do and you're going to fit what we do, and being a little more malleable with what you want to do with the people you have. Jeff Hafley was big on that.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
No, I think that's always great, but there needs to be like a foundation of what you're doing.
Core principles.
Yeah.
I agree.
And what are those?
It's a great question. As you will find from our Did You Hear This segment with him, we didn't find out much.
He's taken on some LaFleurisms already. In the 4 months that he has not talked to you guys, he's taken on some LaFleurisms. You know, when he kind of doesn't answer or ask the question, but he says right. He's got it's very LaFleur-esque. Like, right? And it's looking like from validation.
Yeah, I did miss Jeff Hafley yesterday, I'm not going to lie. But we're going to give him a chance as he gets to know us better. Hopefully we get more information because, again, the fans want this. Okay, yes, do I want to have fun back and forths with him and get good information that way? Yes, but the most important thing is we want to educate.
Did you feel like you educated
fans.
the fans yesterday?
I don't know. Did you read my story? What did you think?
I didn't read your story.
Okay. You can report back on whether it entertained you or not. But no, I don't think it was. Jesse's not wrong. I was just merely using that as an entry point for this conversation. He was not exciting. He was not. No one expected him to be Jeff Hafley.
You talked to your guys
wasn't.
down in Arizona. What was he like down there?
Even worse.
Oh, wow.
But a very nice guy.
Yeah, it's good to be nice.
By the Arizonians.
It's good to be nice.
It's also good to have American Family Insurance and be under their roof.
Indeed. Proud partner of Wilde and Tausch from the jump. You know, I played in Green Bay for over a decade. I learned quickly, you've got the right protection up front, you can play with confidence. That's what American Family Insurance has been doing for almost 100 years, protecting your home, your auto, and the dreams you're building for your families. You can focus on what matters most. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yuengling Guest Hotline. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yuengling Guest Hotline.
Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas.
We got to play with the structure we have. We got to play with the ball that they gave us.
The Yuengling Guest Hotline on ESPN Wisconsin.
We're Wisconsin. What are the things that we can do to try to make us more competitive in the current environment?
Yuengling, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Bo here from Ridgetop Exteriors. Southern Wisconsin got hit hard with hail recently. If your home took a beating, now's the time to take action. We've been delivering top quality roofing, siding, and window services locally for over 23 years. With free damage assessments and insurance experts on staff, we've been your licensed, local, and trusted contractor since day one. Don't wait until small damage becomes a big problem. Turn to Ridgetop Exteriors today. RidgetopExteriors.com. That's RidgetopExteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident.
Now through May 10th, it's Bundle Madness. Get one lightweight hoodie, one jogger, and one short sleeve t-shirt for just $100.
Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Jesse, I'm not sure what our coaching staff would tell us or your Chat GPT, but doing a segment of Did You Hear This with Jonathan Gannon and promoting it as, oh my God, this guy's boring, I'm going to guess that that's not what we're looking for, but we're going to do it anyway.
Unless you frame it for our fans as you're not going to believe how Jonathan Gannon sounded at the podium yesterday. Stick around to find out in a round of Did You Hear This on Wilde and Tausch.
That's nice. That's a good job.
Thank you.
You bet.
After you said how boring he was, though. Like, you think they weren't listening when you said that part?
Not everybody listens every day, Jason.
It's true. Everybody's in different.
Yeah, but was anybody listening 5 minutes ago?
Someone just turned the show on a minute ago and is wondering what we're talking about with Jonathan Gannon, has no idea.
Well, here's Jonathan Gannon, and Did You Hear This?
Consider it the radio version of a conversation at the water cooler. It's time for Did You Hear This on Wilde and Tausch.
First up in this exhilarating round of Did You Hear This, featuring Jonathan Gannon's first press conference with the media as the defensive coordinator of the Green Bay Packers. What appealed to him about coming to Green Bay?
You just see the stability of this place, and that kind of catches your eye in a league that's so much turnover. Really like Ed, Goody, Russ. It's obviously an iconic, franchise, the Green Bay Packers. When you're a little kid, you learn about the Green Bay Packers no matter where you are in the country, I think. And then obviously Matt. I really haven't known him for a little bit of time. Competed against them for a decent amount of time. It was really cool. I got the opportunity to come link up with him.
Jason, your thoughts?
He really likes everybody that he works for.
Tausch.
What are we doing? That's what you learned from that, Jason? I think that tells you, Jonathan Gannon, for as much as we could say he's boring in his first thing, and it is. Like, I'm not going to try and spin it. He was in high demand. And it feels like 6 years ago, but remember, we need to get Jimmy Leonard. There's all these other guys that are potentially going to be in the mix for this job. And Jonathan Gannon came in here. I think Matt LaFleur impressed him. Obviously, the organization impressed him. And they were able to recruit and bring him in where he was going to be in a pretty good – he's coming off of being a head football coach. Could have taken a year off. Don't think he could have done media.
Could have done Sunday NFL Countdown.
Jason Garrett had a job, so I think Gannon could have probably done it. And he wanted to be here. And the Packers sold him with their structure and with the stability that this organization has. And now we hope that he's as good as he was in Philly. Because for all this other stuff, none of it matters. Some play the game better. He don't want to play the game. That's fine. He doesn't have to. The game of media and all of that, it buys you a little bit of goodwill. But in the grand scheme, Mike Vrabel was the king of the media from a coaching standpoint. Look it. He ain't anymore.
A little bit too close.
So nobody cares. Like that, it comes down to, are you good at your job and can you get your players to be really good at theirs? All this other stuff is just for the big... the talking heads and the blah, blah, blah.
Hey, that's us.
I understand. I'm telling you, they don't care. And for everybody that thinks they do, they don't.
And no, they definitely don't care. What I took from it, beyond liking Goody and Ed and Russ, is that, and I think he kind of hinted at this a little bit later, and he wasn't going to flat out say it, but he worked at a place that has had some pretty long-standing institutional dysfunction, right? Arizona seems to do everything just about wrong. That's one of those franchises that has had a few moments where good things have happened.
Shovel past to Larry.
But generally speaking, yeah, the Kurt Warner era was at least okay for them, but more often than not great, right? And so I think he sees stability here where there was instability for a very long time in Arizona, and he was part of that because they didn't win, and they went 3-14 last year, and he got fired. I don't know to what degree he was going to be in demand. Obviously, there's a lot of new defensive coordinators throughout the league. If he hadn't taken the Packers job, would he have got another one? Probably.
Yeah.
I think we have to be a little bit careful about talking about how good he was in Philly. He was only the defensive coordinator for 2 years. 1 year they were mid. The other year they went to the Super Bowl. So he seems like a good defensive coach. I don't know if his coordinator resume is long enough to say for certain
Is that right?
that he's really good.
Okay.
Did you hear this?
Well, speaking of talking about the stability of the Green Bay Packers, Jonathan Gannon did elaborate. I thought this was actually pretty good from everything that he said, talking about the structure in Green Bay and how they've built the Packers' defense.
Yeah, they got a lot of talent. Matt and Goody, the whole personnel side has done a really good job. They've done a really good job, in my opinion, of acquiring talent, good players, that it's a good mix of some younger players. We got some vets that are some really good players, that sweet spot like McKinney, I think about, who's like, you think he's been playing forever because he's such a high-performing vet, but he's still pretty young. So, and then you got some guys that are younger that are, on their first contract that have played really good football. We should have a chance.
Again, he could have presented it in a little more exhilarating of fashion, but it does sound like he's optimistic about the personnel that's been assembled on the defense, which is a compliment to Goody.
Yeah, well, what else is he going to say? But when you get Micah Parsons, everything else you need to figure out. I don't want, if I ever hear Goody say, like what Ryan Grigson said, we're paying him so much, it's tough to get anything else. Time to move on. That should never be uttered. And the talent acquisition side of this, Xavier McKinney has been everything you'd hope for.
Yes.
There's Evan Williams is, I think most folks, even Ben Johnson, who hates the Packers, said that's the best safety tandem in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Now you add in Bullard. There's a lot to really like about what Gannon is going to be able to do. Now, you got to dial up the right stuff. You got to have a good feel for what the opponent's doing, and you have to play to your team's strengths. I don't know why he wouldn't do that. I think he's got a pretty good track record of what he's been able to do, and that's why Matt LaFleur wanted him. And the stability and everything else that he talked about is the reason he's here. And there's a lot of talent. So all of this other stuff, that's great. It's fine. Show me. I know we're not in Missouri, but this is the show me. Go back to Taylor Swift. This is the show me era for Matt LaFleur and this team. We've seen it. We've seen what we've seen. It's time to show me that we're serious about taking the next step. And not only as a head coach, but as a general manager, as a quarterback, and Micah Parsons as a star defensive end outside linebacker. There's a lot of guys that have a lot of love and a lot of accolades, and it is now the show me era for the Green Bay Packers.
Nailed it. Let's hear one more.
Did you hear this?
Well, if you get to coach Micah Parsons, one of the 2 or 3 best defensive players
This
in the
is
league.
the one that bothered you, isn't it, Jesse?
Yeah, this is the one.
This was a lame answer, I understand.
When I see a clip that says, Gannon talks about coaching Micah Parsons, I get to come in here and I get to coach one of the best players in the league, and I'm so excited about all the different things we can do. What a great resource that I have at my disposal here with this new gig. I can't believe this job even opened up. Instead,
Yeah, I think, part of, if you talked about scheme, it's like I believe in who do you have and who you're playing and try to align your people to affect the game in a positive way. So he's obviously a piece that we're going to be mindful of when we're putting together, the scheme, and especially when you get to game planning.
Yeah, that sucked.
He's a piece we're going to be mindful of when it comes to game planning.
Did I miss anything else he said about Micah Parsons? Like, had he already said it 5 times how excited he is to coach him, where he didn't need to say it again later in the press conference?
No, there were. I know that there was a follow-up to that because
so you
that
didn't ask
answer
that
was.
question, then.
I'm excited about working with all our players, honestly.
Yeah.
Obviously, Micah's a really good player, and that's going to be fun.
Like, does he not like Micah Parsons?
But
or
we've got a
something?
lot of good players.
Well, he was in
going on
Philly.
here?
Listen, he was in Philly.
Why won't he just say he's
But
excited
Philly
to coach
got the
Micah
better
Parsons?
of Dal. Yeah, he should. You should.
He did. He said it's going to be fun.
The media intern could do a press conference probably sooner than he did and say, yeah, I'm excited to be an intern for a team that has Micah Parsons as one of its star players.
I don't want fake enthusiasm, though. I think he's just an even-keeled. He's a chill guy. I think he's just a chill guy.
Yes, I agree. Just a chill guy.
And I don't want him. Listen, don't be fake. If this is how he feels and he goes about his business, that's fine. Let's get off the Jeff Hafley. Oh my God, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You guys in the media slobbered on him. You did. There ain't gonna be a ton of slobbering going on in this part. It's a new room, so it's good. You keep it clean. You don't have to worry about vacuuming and rug cleaning.
Is that what you do with slobber? You vacuum it?
You rug clean? I don't know. You tell me. You
I
tell
think
me.
you steam
I'm
clean
sure.
it.
Oh, you steam clean.
If it's on the carpeting.
Stanley Steamer. The ice cream cleaner.
I was going to say, I didn't know they had an ice cream stand. Jesse has enjoyed Jonathan Gannon so much that we're going to hear one more exchange with him about...
Boy, the unfortunate part of that is those Thursday shows or whatever day after Hafley was always so good.
The Friday shows you talk on
so
Thursday.
Cute together. You guys were like Abbott and Costello.
We did have kind
you guys
of
were real
a
fun.
comedy act. Yeah, it was good stuff. And
we play
we'll
Miami
see.
at home or on the road this year?
Home.
It's too bad. We could have made a road trip down to Miami. That would have been
South
fun.
Green Bay. We'll hear more from Jonathan Gannon, and then we'll turn the page. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Badgers
This Badgers team is going to go as far as Colton Joseph takes them.
because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
When he is at the top of his game, this offense could be awesome.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. The Memorial Day sale is on now. Save up to 30%. Get a Beauty Sleep mattress for $399. Plus 18 months, 0% financing. Shop now at steinhoffels.com. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Wisconsin softball on to the postseason with the Big Ten tournament taking place this week in College Park, Maryland. The Badgers are the 7th seed in this year's conference tournament and are set to face 10-seed Purdue in the opening round Wednesday afternoon. First pitch for the Badgers and Boilermakers is scheduled for 3:30 Central Time. The winner advances to face 2-seed Oregon on Thursday in the quarterfinals. Wisconsin's in search of winning its first Big Ten softball tournament title since 2013.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your window shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Vintage Brewing Company. Whether you're looking to get carry-out, delivery, or dine-in, Vintage Brewing has lots of great options on their menu. Vintage Brewing Company prides themselves on being a great place to hang out and enjoy classic Midwestern hospitality. Vintage Brewing Company has multiple award-winning beers, so be sure to try one the next time you're in. Head to vintagebrewingcompany.com to make a reservation today. That's vintagebrewingcompany.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
This is our crew.
And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Would you like fries with that?
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
To high drive, deep right, fair, and gone!
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Jumped up, Jackson Chario brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Huge cash prizes are being stacked for summer at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. On Friday, May 15th, 30 winners will each take home $1,000 while one winner receives a $10,000 grand prize. Then on Friday, May 29th, 24 more winners will each get $1,000 plus one grand prize winner pockets $25,000. And in June, we crank up the heat with a $100,000 grand prize. Stack up the wins all month long at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
This is our crew.
Here's a drive into left center field. Gary turning second. Gary Sanchez looking for 3, and he's in there with a cracking triple.
Your home for the crew, 100.5 ESPN.
Before we play one more exchange with...
I just saw the dean in the he's in the office getting ready. Do a little prep work for this big Sun Prairie Middleton tilt Thursday night. Yeah, look at that. Special guest commentator.
For 3 innings.
No, that changed. Our concert/evening out got postponed. So it's going to be the dynamic trio in the back of that
the
Chevy
whole game?
Silverado.
You're staying for the whole game?
Yeah, I'll probably take an inning or 2 break just to go commiserate a little bit. But yeah, I'll levering it. I don't know, what do they take? A couple innings off out of 7?
They usually do like 2 and 2. So levering does the first 2.
I'll start the game and probably. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I see how this is going to end up.
How do you think it's going to end up? How do you think it's going to end up?
Second inning's going to get done. It's going to be 3-0. I'm going to go see a couple of people and come back for the top of the 7th. Wrap it up.
Maybe. Hope not, but maybe.
I'm not going to sit here and bellyache about Jonathan Gannon not being as interesting or engaging as Jeff Hafley was. I wanted to talk to him. We finally did. I am glad that we got the opportunity to do so. I did feel like there were some kernels of interesting information, even if it wasn't delivered in the most entertaining manner and not up to Jesse's entertainment standards. I was hoping to get a little more out of him when I asked him about having been a head coach and having it gone the way it did in Arizona. I will admit that I thought it was a decent question, but again, it's not about the question, it's about the answer. Here is that exchange with Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan, speaking of head coaching, Obviously, ideally, you win a ton of games in Arizona and you're not even here, right? When you look at that and believe in that you're a really good football coach, what was that like to go through to not get the success you wanted? And are you kind of excited to go back to coaching ball as opposed to all the other stuff that comes with being a
That's a good question. I mean, obviously very grateful for the opportunity. Met a lot of good people and formed a lot of good relationships there and learned a lot, just with being in that seat. And then coming here with this role, you try to take some of those things that you learned and apply it as much as you can to your new role. And I'm really grateful and excited to be here in this role with this organization, working with Matt. Like I said, Goody and everyone's been awesome, and the players, and I think I told the players I'm not a huge rah-rah speech video guy. That's kind of not my style, but there's a quote I showed them when we're talking about the player development plans, the 1 to 2 things that each guy could do to get a little bit better. There's a quote, and I don't even know where I got it from, but it's kind of quote certain things or keep certain things written down, but you are under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. And I said it for the players, but it's for us too. And what that's basically saying is grow and adapt and get better. So if you all have that mindset, then we can continually stick to the process and get better.
I like that quote. I like that he shared that. I was curious
what do you like
lessons,
about that quote?
Because I am always talking about growth and improvement and the idea that you can constantly being the better version of yourself, and that you don't have to be the way you were 5 minutes ago. If you keep growing, you're going to be an even better version of yourself if you keep it up.
So you can kind of just ignore what you did 5 minutes ago and just move on.
No, no.
Okay.
It's not about your actions
curious.
of 5 minutes ago. It's about who you were. And now, I suppose you're under no obligation if you're a great person 5 minutes ago to remain a great person, and you could become a crummy person.
Yeah, I don't love that quote. I don't love it.
I would have liked to have gotten more lessons he learned from everything going down the toilet in Arizona that he can apply now.
Yes,
that's what I.
Sure.
That was the point of the question. Instead, we got a little. He was grateful for the opportunity, but that's what I was hoping for, and I did not get that.
Yeah, I think that the whole 5 minute thing, it almost is like you are held responsible for your actions and how you've approached things and what you've done. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't try to improve, but you also want to learn lessons from that.
Sure.
So that's why that quote just kind of, I don't know.
It was certainly not it's
me.
not talent outs, that's for sure.
Well, there's all of these things, and being the leader of men, which when you're a coordinator, you're in charge of that room every day of the week. There does need to be, and I don't want Gannon to be somebody he's not, but I would agree. I think I'm going to lean more on Jesse's side of this aisle with kind of how this is just the first impression. They matter. But the players, as long as they're schemed up, I guess I'll ask you this. Does this feel more Jeff Hafley or the dude before him?
Joe Barry. Yeah, Joe Barry, again,
Joe Barry was great, though. We got a lot of great show topics from Joe.
Yeah.
Like Joe's quotes with you, I love Joe's stuff.
Yeah. So, no, I don't think. Mike Pettin was never particularly someone who enjoyed the media part of the equation. So it felt a little Mike Pettin-y, getting Mike Pettin to smile a few times was a big accomplishment for me.
That. Yeah.
I did like that. He liked to say he had resting blank face. And so when you got him to smile, that was a win. I would say this. He does not seem overly comfortable. From my understanding from his time in Arizona, he did not enjoy the media part of his job. That's kind of what I was part of what I was driving at with the get back to just coaching ball. You only have to talk to us once a week. But, again, I wanted to know the lessons he learned because he spent 3 years in Arizona. They went 4-13, 8-9 and 3-14. And if you're a competitor, that's got to suck.
Mm-hmm.
And so what did you take from that you can apply now that'll make you a better coach after going through that? And that's not what I got.
No, you did not.
I got, you're under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. Which, again, it's only the
Newt
first time.
Rockne, Nick Saban,
John Wooden, Jonathan Gannon.
And then
Jonathan
whatever happened
Gannon
5 minutes ago, to hell with it.
Jonathan Gannon is under no obligation to have a press conference as good as that one the next time he's at the podium.
Are you saying it could be even worse, or do you think it'll be better? What you can do, you are under no obligation, but I think you should check out the new season of Behind the Bucks, the podcast that is on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Right now, it's the Bucks versus the world. The 1987 McDonald's Open when they took on the USSR. That's available right now, narrated by Charlie Behrens. It is on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks.com/plus website, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever else you may get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. And when you look around right now, everything seems to be extra expensive in the world. Except this. Right now, get a large 3-topping pizza for just $10 at Pizza Hut. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden outside, soft and fluffy inside, finished with garlic parm seasoning. Available for delivery or carryout. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is Wisconsin linebacker Mason Posa.
Mason Posa shuts the door!
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. ESPN Madison, your home for the best area baseball games this spring, and tune in Thursday for a special one, the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer Game. Sun Prairie East versus Middleton. I will be on the call along with Mark Tauscher and the Dean Dennis Semrau. Can't wait to bring it to you exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel Thursday afternoon. Coverage starts at 4:45. The Green Bay Packers had a busy day yesterday in Titletown. Not only did coordinators Adam Stenavich, Jonathan Gannon, and Cam Achord meet with the media, but also the Packers made a change at backup quarterback. Desmond Ridder released. Veteran, soon-to-be 37-year-old Tyrod Taylor signed by the Packers yesterday afternoon. Taylor's played for a bunch of teams around the league. He's now backing up Jordan Love. ESPN's Adam Schefter this morning on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio, sharing that the Packers did kick the tires, asking him about Anthony Richardson with the Indianapolis Colts, but the cost for a trade was too expensive for the Packers' interest. Find that full conversation on the ESPN app.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. And I have to confess, I am working on a story, and I was never a believer in the kumbaya wide receiver room. Never thought that it worked. Been around too many wide receivers who wanted theirs, which again, you don't really want a wide receiver who's fine with limited opportunities, right? You want somebody who's a competitor. But that said, I just always thought that the idea of no, we got a bunch of guys that are all number one wide receivers. Just didn't think that was tenable, and it appears, correct me if I'm wrong, Tausch, that the Packers have kind of realized, yeah, that's why they traded Dontavion Wicks. That's why they made no effort to re-sign Romeo Doubs. That's why they have Chase Claypool in for a workout, because they know their top four: Watson, Reed, Golden, and Savion Williams. And then it's Bo Melton, Will Shepard, Isaiah Nayor, whoever it might be. So I asked Adam Stenavich, the Packers offensive coordinator, about where this wide receiver group stands and whether it didn't work to have so many so-called even wide receivers in that room.
Steno, how challenging has it been the last couple of years for you and Matt and the rest of the offensive staff to want to get all these wide receivers who are kind of on the same footing involved? And how different will it be now where there seems to be a pretty clear 1, 2, 3 pecking order?
I think that was a challenge for sure, going into those other seasons. But I don't see it being much different as how it's going to adjust our game planning or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't know if that answered your question, but yeah, sorry. But I mean, I'm excited about all the guys we have. So we'll kind of see how everything unfolds as we go forward.
Is it possible that the more it's not, the more the merrier, and you need to have more kind of?
Well, certainly from my standpoint as a coach, you want great depth, just for that reason right there, where guys get hurt or whatever, you need a guy to step up. That's always nice from a coach's perspective to have that ability to, if some guy goes down, you have a really good player behind him to not have a big drop off,
Kind of disappointed that the microphone didn't pick up when he says, I don't know if I answered your question. I said, no, you didn't.
How fun.
It was fun.
Let's having some fun.
I enjoy
some laughs.
Yeah.
It's May. We can have some laughs. This isn't middle of the season and we're sweating out a tough losing streak or we're trying to keep guys on edge. It's May. Have a laugh. Bring a chuckle.
Take a beat. Have a meal.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this quite a bit over the last several months. Do you think at least secretly they're like, okay, this is going to be easier to manage, even if they don't want to say it? I mean, Matt LaFleur said after the draft, it was a problem. That was the quote he said.
Yes, there is no doubt. And Steno is 100% right. You want depth. You have some depth. You have clearly defined roles now, I do believe. Matthew Golden is going to get the opportunities to showcase what he can do. And if he wants to become the number one guy, he's going to have to go out there and really showcase it. Jaden Reed knows he's a 2-3. That's what he's got paid. He is locked in. And you have a Savion Williams who's looking and saying, well, I'm going to break in. I'm going to have to go earn it. You don't hand anything to anybody. So it's a tricky deal when you have all of the guys at the same age or in that same group without contract extensions, because receiver is a selfish place to begin with because it's so tangible. You see it. You know the targets. You know that it isn't, O-line where it's, all right, I'm playing, I'm getting, I'm getting so many pass sets. None of that matters. Receivers, it does. And when you have, I don't want to say dysfunction because I think that's too strong. When you have people that are unhappy, it kind of takes over a room and it permeates through that group. And you can't really have people thriving because there's always a little bit of a walking on eggshells. Everybody wants to get theirs, and when you're not, you want to be a good teammate, but you're disappointed, and that kind of seeps through, and then that kind of takes over a room. And it gets to be really tough for everybody. Now the play caller has to start looking, well, we have to make sure we get Wicks a touch, or he's going to be, we're going to lose him. Well, we have to make sure Watson gets a certain amount because, he's really good and we have to do this. And coaches don't want to have to think about that. They shouldn't have to think about that. And I think the same goes in the receiver room. And again, that comes back to your quarterback. I think that's something that hopefully, Jordan is going to continue to grow into and make sure the issues that obviously popped up last year won't pop up this year.
Let's play some trivia. Jesse, it's Tuesday. We haven't discussed anything Badgers related, but we're still going to do Badgers Trivia Tuesday, aren't we?
That is correct. We did decide to go with Badgers Trivia Tuesday. I felt like we may have worn the...
I thought we were doing math stuff.
Yeah, I thought about it. I don't know. If you want to bring it back later this week, why don't you come up with 3 questions for the
Sounds like Badger
questions.
Trivia it is.
So, there you go.
We'll save Triangle Thursday. Triangle Tuesday would have worked, though.
What of
scaling. Caller 13.
No, I can tell you this. Thursday's category will be famous baseball broadcasters in honor
Garagiola's got to make it.
The high school baseball broadcast booth that we'll have in a truck at from Zimbrick Chevrolet for Sun Prairie East in Middleton.
You're not calling the game from Zimbrick Chevrolet, though.
No,
you're
we're gonna
calling
be
it from a truck.
By the time we get to Thursday, I'm not ruling anything out. The way Tausch is proposing ideas here.
Gel has got me a little nervous about how big. Like, we're not one of these trucks that it's all jacked up. I have to get a ladder to get up there.
You like the big giant monster truck tires and stuff.
I'm not gonna be able to get up on that giant monster truck now. Jesse, with all due respect, you'll be able to get up on
there may be some butt crack showing when Jesse climbs up.
Well, there might be butt crack with everybody climbing up there. Got me, Gel, and Semerow climbing up that truck.
It better be a big enough truck, I can tell you that much.
Extra shocks.
Caller 13 for Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Iron Jock, Cousin Subs, and Vortex Golf. Caller 13. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Whether you're grilling outside, sitting on the patio, or watching the game, summer is the perfect time to sip on a cocktail made with Door County Distillery. Handcrafted award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Mix up a G&T with that signature green bottle of gin, or sip on it with a couple of rocks, my favorite, the Door County Distillery Bourbon. Made in Door County, available all over the state, including right here in the Madison area. Local, affordable, award-winning. That's what it's all about. It's Door County Distillery. Find the retailer nearest you, doorcountydistillery.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6. And follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions. Presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
It starts with a spin. And suddenly,
you're not just looking at a screen. You're looking at your winnings. But what would you do with them? Imagine a heavy-duty chromed-out 4x4 that doesn't just turn heads, it spins them. From imagination to celebration, what would you do with your winnings? Find out today at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
This may have surpassed knockoff Sabrina Carpenter for me in terms of our tunes. It's got this kind of like, sounds like a little robot guy.
Yeah, it's got a little catchiness to it.
What's also catchy is the theme music for Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Iron Jock. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com. By Cousin Subs. Try the new Protein Power Plays. For subs loaded with protein and made with fresh ingredients you love. All for just $7.99. And by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
So on Thursday, for the Cardinals strikeout cancer game between Sun Prairie East and Middleton, there'll be a big guy in a truck calling the game, Mark Tauscher, alongside the Dean, Dennis Summerall, and Jesse Nelson.
I'm kind of upset I didn't make the graphic. Like, not that I didn't make.
What would you have done differently?
I don't want
you made the graphic.
No, I don't want the work of making the graphic. Like, Tausch's picture is on the graphic because it's a big deal that he's there. I'm kind of upset that they didn't put me next to Old T.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
Maybe they should put Dennis Summerall on it.
Probably.
The Dean.
I believe Tausch is on it because, as it states right there at the bottom, and that's Central Daylight Time, Jesse. You didn't put it up as Eastern Time?
5 p.m. Central Time, this graphic, yes.
It says very clearly, special guest commentator Mark Tauscher. He doesn't normally do Prep Mania games. That's why his picture is there.
And I want to get one of the Sun Prairie pitchers. I want to mic him up. If Jack and Cav and the team will let, but Jesse's trying to tell me there have been plenty of times I've been on a spot, matter of fact, at AmFam Field. Maddie gives us one of those little clip-on mics. We're out there yucking it up.
When you threw out your first pitch.
We're having laughs out there with the weather. Yeah. We didn't have phones with us. No. And Jesse acts like this is going to be, we got to revolutionize the entire technology space. I said, can I just give him a mic, slap it on him? And, oh, no, that's not. He goes, you don't understand how this works.
You don't.
And I said, tell me how it works.
Old boy Engineer T. Do we live stream any of that content that we're mic'd up for?
We're not going to live
stream.
Just... You think it's a good idea to live stream a senior in high school pitching against their big rival? There's going to be cussing and swearing.
You want him mic'd up for the entire game, and then you want us to do
collect the
post-production
data.
like
Yes.
NFL. You want Prep Mania Films to
Yes.
be a new novelty of ESPN Madison's YouTube
That's
channel.
exactly what I want. Yes.
Run it up the flagpole. We'll see what anyone says.
Where does the flagpole end in this? Ashy?
I have a few
I
ideas
feel like I
where
could
you
talk
can
to Ashy.
find that flagpole right
Let's
now.
get to Dwayne. I don't want to hold Dwayne up anymore.
Let's welcome our contestants.
Thursday,
Who is
5
up-
o'clock.
Who is also not on the
Special
graphic
guest commentator. Oh,
for the game. It is Dwayne in a big truck. Dwayne, good morning, buddy. How are you? Sorry about the delay here.
Doing awesome. Beautiful day.
Dwayne,
It
we're
is a
going to need a
beautiful
truck
day.
driver on Thursday.
I might be fired by then. I might be available.
Oh, interesting.
Well, at the rate we're going and keeping you on while you're trying to work. All right, let's go here. Trivia presented by Cousin Subs, Iron Jock, and Vortex Golf. Badgers Trivia Tuesday. Question 1, Dwayne, is this. How many of last year's NCAA volleyball Final Four qualifiers are the Wisconsin Badgers set to face in their non-conference slate in 2026? Is it 0, 3, or 4?
Boy, oh boy. I'm going to go with 0.
Good. I'm glad you did that. What kind of question is this?
That's wrong.
Yes,
Oh, boy.
they play Texas A&M.
They play all 3 of the other 4 who were in the Final Four last year.
But you have 0.
I highlighted the wrong thing. I was in a rush this morning.
Oh, I can't wait for this broadcast.
Oh, boy.
Nice hit by Glusick. Glusick's on Sun Prairie, not on Middleton. Oh, well, my papers flew away.
Wisconsin is set to face Pittsburgh and Texas A&M and Kentucky, who all played in the Final Four
So
along
wait,
with
so you
Wisconsin.
dinged the bell, too. Does Dwayne get this question credited to his account?
No, it's wrong.
No.
He didn't get it right.
But he dinged the bell.
He dings bells all the time with just people thinking now.
No, you dinged the bell.
After you said the correct I said the correct answer. I said its correct answer is 3, how we normally go about that.
Oh, God. Dwayne, I would protest this, man. Maybe you'll get that quality number 4 chip and you'll win still. All right, so you've gotten either one right or none right, depending upon what we're looking at. Question 2. Are you sure this question that's highlighted is correct?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yep.
By the way, question 1 didn't even have anything funny.
Well,
like 0, 3, or 64.
If you would have said 4, we could have laughed and said it's impossible for Wisconsin to play all 4 Final Four teams from last year because they were one of them. And we could have had a good chuckle about that.
But that's also not how you phrase the question. So if you didn't know they were a Final Four team, they could be playing all 4 of them. You could think that. All right, question 2, Dwayne. Which Big Ten school is hosting the Big Ten softball tournament despite not qualifying to participate in the conference tournament this year? Is it Maryland, Nebraska, or UCLA?
Oh, I heard that too. I'm going to go with Maryland.
Thank God. Are you sure that's right?
Yes.
Positive?
College Park.
Positive?
Wisconsin and Purdue tomorrow at 3:30 on the Big Ten Network.
Which sport?
Softball.
Oh.
Question 3. Wisconsin men's basketball added 3-point specialist Ian Elmer. Am I saying that correctly?
Pretty sure it's just Ian Elmer.
E-I-A-N Elmer. In the NCAA transfer portal this offseason, after he helped lead which previous team to its most recent NCAA tournament? Is Ian from Northern Iowa, Miami of Ohio, which I thought we weren't calling them that anymore, or Utah State?
Oh.
Are you having fun, Dwayne?
Ooh.
Tough questions.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. Boy, oh boy. Utah State. Oh.
Dwayne, would it have
two.
been better if we did math equations today?
Yes. Let me answer that for you. Although maybe Jesse would have gotten 2 answers wrong in the correct answer section as well.
Miami University, Ohio, the correct answer for question number 3.
Dwayne, I want to apologize on behalf of our show. You've been a loyal listener and trivia player. Drive safely in your big truck. You got 1 right or 2, depending on how you look at that first question. So you have either 2 or 3 entries into the drawing. But we need to be better. I apologize, buddy. Thanks for playing.
Yep. Great show. Love you guys.
Dwayne.
Great seems strong.
All right. Love you guys.
Tough questions today.
They're tough.
Yeah, fair. Hey, we're giving away 3 great things now. So,
yeah, we can't be handing out candy here for our entries.
Well, you got to at least have the right answers right in
fair.
the
I mean,
thing.
the right answer was,
Jesse.
it was just highlighted wrong on your sheet, which if you didn't say that in front of everybody, no one else would have known.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
I said he got
it
right
It's
with,
actually,
with 0 because you told me that was the right answer.
Do you jump off a cliff if somebody tells you to?
Just
No,
because
you
it's written
don't.
on the prompter.
You don't
that's
even.
what
You
do.
don't even put a water slide in your yard.
We're free thinkers
so
around
it does
here.
come down to you figuring that out too, Jay.
Not a great teammate setting me up that way.
Says the guy who never asks questions anymore in trivia.
Yeah, because I have to give out numbers. I have to do all that.
Because I have to give out numbers.
For what?
The Iron Jack giveaways?
So because you have to do one
I'm
contest
doing
read
that
2
when
hours
Jason
ago, you
does
can't
this
read
one.
a
Yeah,
trivia
it's
question?
It's a balance. It's a balance. Yes.
Tausch, I need to tell you to tell us about the AmFam Championship, which is coming up.
Favorite time of the year. We love it. The American Family Insurance Championship returns to Madison this June. Wisconsin's own Steve Stricker hosts this PGA Tour Champions event over at TPC, Wisconsin. The AmFam Champ features best ball and scramble formats in an exciting 2-person team format. The American Family Insurance Championship is June 5th through the 7th. Get details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com. What day are we going to be out there?
June 5th.
Friday. We always do Friday. It's always a super fun. Then we go over, I think if we get Jason backseat tickets to the concert, Little Big Town. That's been announced, right?
It has been,
Okay,
yes.
perfect.
I hope so.
I was going to say, it's coming up.
Otherwise, it just
we
where
better
it
be
was.
announcing that. So, again, amfamchampionship.com. A great weekend in the city of Madison. And always a fun event and a fun time out at TPC, Wisconsin.
Jesse, can I trust the rundown when it says that Whoa Nelly is next?
Yes. Have to
Whoa
make
Nelly
sure
is
everything's
next.
correct in it. But,
It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Bike crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Get the look you want for the home you love with 0% financing options available. So you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2026.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up on Tuesday, the second round of the NBA playoffs is underway. Oklahoma City and the Lakers getting set to tip off against one another when it's Overreaction Monday on a Tuesday. That's the Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
Is this Little Big Town?
I don't think you can play that.
Probably not. Not without royalties, which we again believe in royalties. It's YouTube that makes it difficult for us to use our ability to play those songs. So let's play instead Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Jackson Churio and Andrew Vaughn.
Great exit velo on his swings last night from Chorio.
4 hits last night for Churio in his return, including a couple of doubles.
Well, he's going to make that. Yeah, it's fun. That's fun.
Glimpses of the lineup to come.
Don't look at the standings.
Even though we got beat.
And they did get beat 6-3 to the St. Louis Cardinals, and Andrew Vaughn grounded into a double play. Or it wasn't a double play, actually. He ended up being safe. But
are the Packers,
chance for a big ninth inning rally.
The Yankees of the NFL or the Cardinals?
The Packers and the Cardinals are the comp.
But we're the greatest champion in football, and the Yankees are the greatest champion in baseball. So how do you balance those things? Because obviously we don't mesh with New York with how, whatever. We're the community-owned team. That is more St. Louisian. Are we more Yankees or are we more Cardinals? When you factor everything into it.
I don't feel like the Green Bay Packers are the New York Yankees. Do you?
Not at all. But I'm saying if you start looking just at numbers, and we're becoming an AI numbers-based society, Cowboys and Yankees would typically be the thing. But the Cowboys don't have the championships we got, and the Yankees got them chips.
Who are the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Pittsburgh Steelers would...
The Cardinals.
Probably the Cardinals. Yeah.
Well, they can't be the Cardinals, and we can't be the
We're
Cardinals.
not the Cardinals.
Well, who are we?
No, the Packers are the... That was our entire pitch to Michelle Smallman on becoming a Packers fan, was that we are the...
That wasn't our entire pitch.
It was
a big part of the pitch. Yeah. Toasted
Just
ravioli
because it was
and
your
cheese curds.
argument.
What team are the Packers based from a Major League Baseball standpoint?
I strongly believe it's the St. Louis Cardinals. The Midwestern nature of it, title town, and the
what
ballpark
some people
village
would say that would drive people
championships.
crazy.
No, don't do
I'm
it.
not gonna.
Don't
Do it.
do it.
No,
Don't
do it.
You
I'm not.
You
dare.
coward.
I'm not going to say
Do
it.
not.
I'm not saying it. San Francisco Giants.
Whoa, Nelly! Why do
Who
we
would
not
the
want to be the
Cubs-
San Francisco
Who would
Giants?
the Cubs be? Which team would the Cubs be?
Wait, go back. Why do we not want to be the Giants?
No,
that
I wasn't
was-
going to say the Giants.
What were you
I
going to
thought
say?
we were all
I'm
on
not
the
going to
same
say what
page
I wasn't
there.
going to say.
I'm not on the same page.
He wants to say the Packers are the Cubs.
No, I'm saying that
He wants to say it. Lambeau, Wrigley,
I wanted to
Midwest,
say-
you know what? We're the Red Sox.
national team.
We
I
might
wanted-
be the Red Sox. Iconic stadium. A lot of championships. A lot of tough heartbreak. Yeah. We're the Boston Red Sox.
So I that was what I wanted to say, and then I thought that's who you didn't want us to say. I don't know why I
Well,
thought
just
that was.
say what you want to sing that song.
Say what you
want
want to say. I think it's say what you need to say, John Mayer. But nevertheless,
Who are the
second John Mayer
Brewers?
reference.
Team that's good can't win a chip.
Got that chip, and
Who
now
is the
hasn't gotten one in a long time since.
Well, the Brewers have never won a chip.
We're talking about the Packers.
No, I'm now asking the Brewers. We just found the Packers. Packers are the Red Sox.
Right.
Who are the Brewers NFL-wise?
Arizona Cardinals.
The Lions.
No, we're not as bad as the Lions. We've never been that bad. Cardinals, maybe.
Some bad
Because the
times.
Cardinals won a championship
And
in wherever they
were
and then
transposed
moved.
like
Yeah.
Seattle to Is it the Cardinals?
Or the Tennessee Titans.
No, God, no.
Titans were in a memorable championship and lost it.
Yeah,
And they
you son
celebrate
of a
that
gun.
team and haven't been
It
back.
might be the Tennessee Titans.
They've
You
won
all-
divisions. They've been playoff contenders.
It's the Titans. Because the Houston Oilers had great success. Did they ever win a championship, though?
I
Because
don't
we
know.
don't get to. We don't get
the
to,
Oilers never
we
won
don't-
a title.
We don't
No.
get any of the Milwaukee Braves history, right? It's all Seattle
Correct.
Pilots.
Correct, yeah.
Ugh. Ugh.
The Braves have the Braves.
We
history.
can't say we're the Seahawks because they've been winning too much.
I guess with that regard, we could be the Houston Texans also.
Yeah.
Because the team moved. And we
Look,
don't get
you
to
gotta
claim
have
any of
somebody
those.
that lost a Super Bowl and has never won one. I think Tausch actually was okay on the Titans with the Houston Oilers history. That franchise is
more than
probably
Arizona is what
Yeah.
we're saying. Okay. Okay. Well, it's a fun little game.
It is.
Do we agree that the Packers are the Red Sox?
Yes, I definitely agree.
I say Cardinals.
I know you
They've
want to
got
say
more championships than the Red Sox do.
The Cardinals got more chips than the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Red Sox got 4
Wait,
in the last.
like Old Testament ones?
Yeah.
I'll
check the official records.
A lot of the Packers are Old Testament championships too.
Right. That's what I'm driving at.
Yeah, I think it's Red Sox gel.
It's got to be the Red Sox.
I think the Cowboys being equivocated with the Yankees is being a disservice, but the Yankees haven't won a chip since 2009.
That's too bad.
One of the problems with the exercise
This is a fun game.
It is. There's no Dodgers of the NFL.
Patriots.
Chiefs.
Chiefs or Patriots, yeah.
See, I think there can be, but it goes in waves. Like the Dodgers.
Marcus can be.
Whoa, Nelly!
Speaking of the NBA playoffs, It is power.
How much do you think UMass paid allegedly Marcus Camby back in those days? Like, why on earth would he have ever went to UMass?
Red Sox titles, by the way. 1903, 1912, 1915, 1916, and 1918.
Then when did they trade to Bambino?
And then 2004, 2007, 2013, and 2018. This is an AI explanation, so I'm leery of it. Because
no, I think they got 4 this century. I do.
So the Yankees have won 27. The Cardinals have won 11. That's the second most.
I think we're Cardinals.
And
then.
it's the most in the National League, if you want to look at it that way.
No.
Boy.
You got the
It's
droughts.
Cardinals or Sox. It's Cardinals or Sox. Iron Jock Sox. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot trickier than you think because Cardinals
And
make
now
sense.
back to Marcus
Midwest.
Camby.
Oh, teams are very similar, community-based. Cardinals, though, you know what? The Red Sox always fill their stadium. Cardinals, they quit on their team. We stunk in the 80s. We still sold out our stadium. So I'm pulling back.
Uh-oh.
I'm saying Red Sox. I'm sticking with the Sox.
Whoa, Nelly! Jeff in Monroe says the Milwaukee Brewers are the Buffalo Bills.
They've had too much success, though, for that.
Have they?
Yeah. 4 in a row is really impressive. Like, I know they never got over the hump, but boy, that is an impressive deal.
Cardinals' last World Series title was in 2011.
I think, boy, it is tough,
The Cardinals are right there. It's the same year.
Pull it. Red Sox or Cardinals? This is a grill. I'll be fascinated, but you got to give them some context.
But they also won it in 2006.
Who did?
The Cardinals.
Which was the year that we should have beaten the Cards at 11?
11.
That year sucked.
Should have been Brewers and Packers.
Who did we run out there to
year.
pitch?
Sean
Game
Markham.
5. Yeah, it was painful.
However, before the 2006 title, the last time the Cardinals had won it had been 1982.
Whitey Herzog.
And they won it in
Vinny
67.
Coleman. Willie McGee.
64, 46, 44,
The Wizard.
42.
Jack Clark.
All right, I have one more nomination.
Who was that catcher on that 82 team for the Cardinals?
Darryl Porter.
They beat the Brew Crew.
They did.
Sad. Didn't they? Oh, they should have won one in 85. Got jobbed. At first base. Guy goes safe. They called him out.
How about
other way around?
Vernon Waterloo says the Packers could be the Atlanta Braves.
That was the other one I had on my list.
They just got the one championship?
Well, they had all those years where they won division titles, but never.
Well, and they
got
had
one
the great
World
pitching
Series out
staff.
of it.
We have the great quarterback play.
It's a national brand because they were on TBS and
Vern,
regionally.
You're not going to be right, but you bring up a good point, Vernie.
The Braves are big in the entire South, just like the Packers
Bring up
are
a
big.
great point, Vernie.
I'm going to tell you this: if we get a dog, the name Vern is on the short list for names. If we get a dog, I am crowdsourcing our top 3, and our fans are going to name our dog. That is part of the deal, and Vern will be one of those 3 names.
Hey, Vern.
Can it not be Jesse?
Don't worry about it.
With an
It won't
I.
be
Jesse with an I.
Whoa, Nelly!
Jesse, I don't think this is what you had planned for Whoa, Nelly.
I appreciated the exercise, though.
So the Packers are the Cardinals, the Red Sox, and the Braves.
Yep.
No, let's poll
And not
this.
the Cubs.
Poll this. I don't think the Braves are even in the equation. There's some similarities, but it's so stark that it's one of those two
You were
teams.
saying the pitching staff and the
there's some
quarterbacks.
similarities, but they're not in the same league.
They
as these
deserve
other
to
two.
be on the ballot.
No. Well, you're the one going to be balloting it. So
I'm not. And by the way, as much as you like to get after me for how I feel about the current state of Twitter, our polls don't get anything close to the votes it used to.
Yeah, but our effort's not great either. We don't put them up
Your
consistently.
the algo is killing us.
I will post the poll.
Yeah.
I think the Braves deserve to be on the list. I think that's a really good one from
So
Vern.
13 championships to 1 you think is close enough to make it
Well, wait a minute. They have the Braves championships. The Milwaukee Braves
How many did
championship.
they
The
get?
Braves have won 4 World Series titles.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Well, you just said we didn't deserve to be on the list.
The
Now
Braves
you're
can
coming
be on the
around.
list, but they should finish a distinct third. in this list.
1914
with that.
when they were the Boston Braves.
I'll agree with you.
1957 they were the Milwaukee
Just
Braves.
wait, they were in Boston too?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you knew that.
That's fascinating.
1995 and then 2021 most recently, the Atlanta Braves.
Tough call.
Can't wait to get 75 votes on that poll.
So
Jesse,
Brewers,
what else
Titans,
do you have?
Brewers, Titans, Brewers, Texans?
Yeah.
Brewers, Cardinals.
No,
Arizona Cardinals, not the St. Louis baseball Cardinals.
I don't know, man. But it's
I'm
strikeout
exhausted.
it's Cardinals versus strikeouts tomorrow. Cardinals versus cancer, strikeout cancer tomorrow or Thursday.
You should show up tomorrow.
What Tauscher is referring to is the Cardinals strikeout cancer game on Thursday.
So that makes me think we should stick with Cardinals for this comp.
I don't think
You mean
that
what we
anything
all
has
were
to do
saying
with
at the
anything.
start of this until you said, no.
I don't think you guys gave me enough props for naming all those Cardinals. That's a lot of Cardinals.
That was a lot of
Joaquin
Cardinals.
Andujar.
Yeah.
Who else
Except
was
for
their
Darryl Porter.
Who else was on their pitching staff in that 82 to 85?
Rick
Bob
Ankiel.
Forsch.
It wasn't Rick Ankiel.
Bob
I
Forsch.
can give you the 2000s Cardinals.
Bob Forsch was Bob Welch part of that group? Because he was with the A's in the late 80s.
Albert Pujols, Scott Rowland, Placido Polanco.
None of these people were on the 1982 Cardinals.
Was that the team? Was that the what was the great catcher?
Yadier Molina.
The one that took Eleanor out with his bat.
Hate that guy.
Yeah.
The pitching staff from that team.
Yadier Molina is the Rodgers of St. Louis Cardinals. Everybody hates him unless he's on your team.
Joaquin Andujar, Bob Forsch,
Forschke,
Jim Kotz,
Cotter. Welcome back.
Of course, Bruce Sutter.
Yeah, that old son of a gun.
Dave
Great beard. Great beard.
Dave LaPointe.
No, that one I don't know.
Steve Mura.
Mura.
Barely
knew him.
You know, our biggest discrepancy in
Jeff Lottie.
when AI assesses our show versus when people assess our show, it doesn't like when we just name former players.
Ooh, AI doesn't.
AI doesn't like that.
I
but,
guarantee
but
you
we
our
all
fans
love it.
I think our fans love it too. I hope they do because we get a lot of enjoyment out of this.
Did you get Lonnie Smith?
No.
Did you get
Thick
Ken
keister.
Oberkfell?
Lonnie Smith had a real thick keister. I remember.
All
He was
right.
fast.
Darryl Porter, Keith
Yeah.
Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez was on the
Tommy
82
Herr.
Cardinals?
Yeah.
Tommy Herr, I remember. He was also an
Ozzie
Expo.
Smith at shortstop.
He was also an Expo. Tommy Herr.
Ken Oberkfell at
Did
third
you heard
base.
me?
Rich Eisen.
I heard you, yeah.
Rich Eisen wasn't on the Cardinals. All right, Jason, we got to get to break. I don't want Jesse getting in trouble.
Dane Org, also on the Cardinals.
IORG.
Yes.
Wasn't there an Org
His
that
brother
played
was
for the Royals?
Garth.
There was
Garth
one that
Org.
played for the Royals that helped beat the Cardinals.
Yeah. And I think one of them was a Blue Jay, too.
Vinny Coleman on that hot turf, like nobody could throw him out. He was amazing.
I don't think
And
he
Vinny
was on
Coleman,
the
hold
82
up.
Brewers.
No,
though.
he was on the 85 Cardinals. Vinny Coleman brought Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan back together, and Waddle and Sylvie let us know about that. Bring it all full circle.
Also, Tito Landrum.
How did this circle end at Waddle and Sylvie?
Part of our team.
It's pretty amazing, actually. We'll wrap
Vinny
things up
Coleman
next.
brings back Charles and Jordan. What a world we live in.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is our crew.
And a called third strike with a fastball at 101. Jacob Mizorowski lighting up the radar gun. He strikes out the side.
We are Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Wisconsin softball on to the postseason with the Big Ten tournament taking place this week in College Park, Maryland. The Badgers are the 7th seed in this year's conference tournament and are set to face 10-seed Purdue in the opening round Wednesday afternoon. First pitch for the Badgers and Boilermakers is scheduled for 3:30 Central Time. The winner advances to face 2-seed Oregon on Thursday in the quarterfinals. Wisconsin's in search of winning its first Big Ten softball tournament title since 2013.
Wisconsin weather is unpredictable. Your windows shouldn't be. Upgrade with Pella and get 0% interest until 2030. Order by April 30th at PellaWI.com.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit EverlightRoofing.com to get started today. That's EverlightRoofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yuengling Guest Hotline. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yuengling Guest Hotline.
Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas.
We got to play with the structure we have. We got to play with the ball that they gave us.
The Yuengling Guest Hotline on ESPN Wisconsin.
We're Wisconsin. What are the things that we can do to try to make us more competitive in the current environment?
Yuengling, now officially in Wisconsin. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hello, this is Jason.
And Rochelle.
We're co-founders of Sauna Day, Wisconsin's first thermal bathhouse in downtown Madison.
We built Sauna Day after feeling how communities around the world use heat, cold, and rest to support physical, mental, and social well-being.
Our goal is to make contrast therapy simple and enjoyable.
Think sauna, steam, cold plunge, rest, and repeat.
Open 6 days a week, 7 to 9. Come try Sauna Day today.
Sauna Day, proven to raise vitality and designed to feel good.
Soccer is back for the grand reopening of Breeze Stevens Field, celebrating the stadium's 100-year anniversary. Join in on the family fun during a 2-day fan fest presented by Don's Home Furniture. Get ready for the debut match of Madison's new women's soccer team, Rally Madison FC, on May 15th. Then the fun continues on May 16th for the Forward Madison FC home opener. More information, tickets, and 2-day passes are available at forwardmadisonfc.com.
We're on the Badgers.
The bottom line on it is you're going into a monster season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And now there's more change, more things that aren't stable than there ever has been before.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
We got to get to Rich Eisen, which means we got to say goodbye. Tausch, any last words?
Who's the Rich Eisen of ESPN Wisconsin?
We'll explore that tomorrow. Thanks for coming along for the ride.
We will not, definitely not.
Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch? Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available.